all. We are now being live streamed on YouTube. I'm going to. My name is Paul Sugarman, and this is the Instant Shakespeare Company. And today we are. Sorry, my live stream going on in the background as I'm doing this because there is a certain delay. Not that that would affect anything, but just wanting to say welcome to everyone. Today's reading is going to be The Merry Wives of Windsor by William Shakespeare from the First Folio. In addition to my little Puck Press editions that I do of this, I also, with an applause, I published these editions of the First Folio text in modern type that were set by Neil Freeman. And one of the things that he did was he pointed out one of the serious problems with this text, which is that there are, at the beginning of every scene, everybody who's listed who is going to appear in that scene is there. So the very first stage direction lists all these people when it's really just 3 people who come on. And actually in the quartos, they have other points where people come in. And so even though it's not going to be reflected in your texts, I'm going to read in the stage directions when people actually come in. Oh, Angus, one thing I wanted to ask you before we begin, for the correct pronunciation of the French doctor's name, is it Dr. Caius or Dr. Keyes, do you think?
It's Keyes College, Cambridge. And that's spelled Caius, but it's pronounced Keyes. So, you know, you take your pick.
Interesting. Okay, because I've only seen, I think, productions in the United States, and I've always sort of heard it as Caius. So,
yeah,
but that's interesting. So,
think of it as Houston and Houston.
Yeah, well, it's Magdalene and Maudlin, you know.
yeah, Angus, sometime we got to do a video just so you can tell us how to pronounce all of the place names that we do not know how to pronounce.
Oh, yeah. Sitting on a train listening to American tourists saying, oh, gee, where are we? Oh, we're in Petersburg. No, we're not, dear. We're in Peterborough.
Okay, we do have some more people.
I've just turned on a fan. Can anyone hear it in the background?
No, I can't.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, Michael. Yes.
Pardon for being so late. Okay, let me go like this. I'm almost ready.
Okay, and Master Page, Robert, welcome. Sorry, I don't know why. And Kitty, welcome. Sometimes people come in on the other link, but anyways, we should get started.
Yeah.
My name is Paul Sugarman. I'm the founder of the Instant Shakespeare Company, and I will be reading Sir John Falstaff. And Sheila.
I am Sheila Spencer. I will be reading Mistress Page.
And Cynthia.
Hello, I'm Cynthia Hoffman. I'll be Mistress Quickly.
Oh, good.
And Jennifer.
I'm Jennifer Finger. I'm reading Slender.
And Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark Gehring. I'm doing Pistol.
Breaking up, Mark.
You can't hear me? Yeah.
Very heavy distortion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Eleanor.
I'm Eleanor Elizabeth Foreman, and I'm going to be playing either Dr. Caius or Dr. Keyes, depending on how you prefer to pronounce it.
How are you going to pronounce it, darling, since it's your name?
Yes.
Well, I won't be calling myself by my own name, so.
Very good. Good point.
All right. Well, then let's why not Keyes then? It's always been Caius. Let's try Keyes. Dr. Keyes, the French doctor. Does that sound good to people?
Dr. Keyes. Yes, of course.
Okay. And Ken.
Kenneth Wayne, I'm Master Frank Ford.
And Michael.
I'm Michael E. Gardner. I'm playing Justice Shallow.
And Angus.
I, Angus Hepburn from London, playing Sir Hugh Evans and Bardolph. And I do talk to myself at one point.
Nice to see you, Angus. Long time.
And you too. That's a long time, yeah.
Haven't done a matinee in a while.
No.
And Robert.
Hi, Robert, and I am reading Page and as well as Rugby and First Servant.
Thank you. And Catherine.
Hi, I'm Catherine Yeager. I'm reading Anne Page, Peter Simple, Nim, Robin, William Page, and Second Servant.
Wow.
Thank you.
Gonna be busy.
And Asher.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see you and hear you now, Asher. Or now we can't see you.
I don't see me or hear me.
Well, we could hear you, and now we could see you, and then you turned off your camera. Now we can see you.
No, I haven't turned it off. I keep I'm having a lot of trouble. I'm jumping through hoops here and nothing seems to work.
Well, you're appearing in a little circular cameo in the middle of what looks like a night sky.
Yeah, no, that should be normal, but I'm not seeing that.
Okay, well, we can see and hear you, Asher.
All right,
okay. That's good. So, and you're playing...
I'm Asher Susswine. I'm reading the host of Garter Inn.
And Kitty.
I'm Kitty Chen, and I'm trying to get this thing up, but I can't seem to get it. But I'm going to be reading Mistress Ford.
Okay.
When I get together.
All right. Well, that's all right. You got a little time because one of the notes I'm going to make is I generally don't like reading the stage directions, but the problem with this play is that the stage directions have these massed entries at the beginning of a scene, and they're not accurate. The quarto actually has better stage directions. So just so you know, like the first thing, it's only 3 people are on stage, and then people come in during the course of the scene. And so I'm going to read the entrances as they should be occurring. All right, and so generally when you're in a scene, have your camera on and your video on, your audio on, and then when you're not, when you're off stage, stop your video and mute yourself. Now we have The Merry Wives of Windsor. Actus primus sine prima. Enter Justice Shallow, Slender, Sir Hugh Evans.
Sir Hugh, persuade me not. I will make a star chamber of it. If he were 20 Sir John Falstaffs, he shall not abuse Robert Shallow, Esquire.
In the county of Gloucester, justice of peace and quorum.
I, Cousin Slender, and Castellarum.
Aye, and Ratalorum too. And a gentleman born Master Parson, who writes himself Armigero in any bill, warrant, quittance, or publication, Armigero.
Aye, that I do, and have done, any time these 300 years.
All his successors gone before him don't, and all his ancestors that come after him, may give the dozen while loose in their coat.
It is an old coat.
The dozen white louses do become an old coat well. It agrees well, passant. It is a familiar beast to man and signifies love.
The lose is the fresh fish. The salt fish is an old coat.
I may quarter, cuz.
Oh, you may be, by marrying.
Oh, it is marrying indeed, if he quarter it.
Not a whit.
Oh, yes, fair lady. If he has a quarter of your coat, there is but 3 skirts for yourself, in my simple conjectures. But that is all one. If Sir John Falstaff have committed disparagements unto you, I am of the church, and will be glad to do my benevolence to make atonements and compromises between you.
The council shall hear it. It is a riot.
It is not meet the council hear a riot. There is no fear of God in a riot. The council, look you, shall desire to hear the fear of God, and not to hear a riot. Take your vitamins in that.
On my life, if I were young again, the sword should end it.
Oh, it is better that friends is the sword, and end it. And there is also another device in my brain, which peradventure brings good discretions with it. There is Anne Page, which is daughter to Master Thomas Page, which is pretty virginity.
Mistress Anne Page? She has brown hair and speaks small like a woman.
Oh, it is that very person for all the world, just as you will desire. And 700 pounds of monies, and gold and silver, is her grandsire upon his deathbed. God deliver to a joyful resurrection. Give, and when she is able to overtake 17 years old, it were a good motion if we leave our pribbles and prabbles and desire a marriage between Master Abraham and Mistress Anne Page.
Did a grandsire leave her 700 pounds?
Aye, and her father is making a pretty better penny.
I know the young gentlewoman. She has good gifts.
700 pounds and possibilities is good gifts.
Well, let us see honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there?
Shall I tell you a lie? I do despise a liar as I do despise one that is false, or as I despise one that is not true. The knight Sir John is there, and I beseech you be ruled by your well-wishers. I will pick the door off from Master Page. But oh, God bless your house here.
Enter Master Page.
Who's there?
Here is God's blessing on your friend and Justice Shallow, and here young Master Slender. This peradventure shall tell you another tale if matters grow to your likings.
I am glad to see your worships, and, well, I thank you for my venison, Master Shallow.
Master Page, I am glad to see you. Much good does it to your good heart. I wish your venison better. It was ill killed. How does good Mistress Page? And I thank you always with my heart, with my heart.
Sir, I thank you.
Sir, I thank you. By yea and no, I do.
I am glad to see you, good Master Slender.
How does your fellow greyhound, sir? I heard say he was out roaming a castle.
It could not be judged, sir.
You'll not confess. You'll not confess.
That he will not. 'Tis your fault. 'Tis your fault. 'Tis a good dog.
Curse, sir.
Sir, he's a good dog and a fair dog. Can there be more said? It's good and fair. Is Sir John Falstaff here?
Sir, he is within, and I could do a good office between you.
He spoke as a Christians ought to speak.
He hath wronged me, Master Page.
Sir, he hath done some sort to confess it.
If it be confessed, it is not redressed. It is not that so, Master Page. He hath wronged me, indeed, he has. And a word he hath, believe me, Robert Shallow, Esquire, says he has wronged. He is wronged.
Here comes Sir John.
Enter Sir John Falstaff, Pistol, Bardolph, and Nym. Now, Master Shallow, you complain of me to the king?
Knight, you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge.
But not kissed your keeper's daughter?
This shall be answered.
I will answer it straight. I have done all this. That is now answered.
The council shall know this.
Well, 'twere better for you. If it were known in council, you'll be laughed at.
Pottervale, Master John, good words.
Good warts? Good cabbage. Slender, I broke your head. What matter have you against me?
Marry, sir, I have matter in my head against you, and against your coney-catching rascals, Bardolph, Nymph, and Pistol.
Oh, you Banbury cheese.
It is no matter.
How now, Mephistopheles?
Aye, it is no matter.
Slice, I say, poucher. Slice, that's my humor.
We're simple, my man. Can you tell, cousin?
Peace, I pray you. Now, let us understand. There is 3 umpires in this matter, as I understand. That is Master Page, Fidelicet, Master Page, and there is myself, Fidelicet, myself, and the 3 party is, lastly and finally, mine host of the garter.
We three to hear it, and end it between them.
Very good. I will make a private of it in my notebook, and we will afterwards work upon the cause with as great discreetly as we can.
Pistol! Ears with ears.
Devil and his town, what phrase is this? Ears with ears? Why, it is affectations.
Pistol! Did you pick Master Slender's purse?
Aye. By these gloves did he. Or I would I might never come in mine own great chamber again else. 7 groats of mill sixpences and 2 Edward shovel boards that cost me 2 shillings and 2 pence a piece of yet miller. By these gloves.
Is this true, Pistol?
No, it is false, if it is a pick purse.
Ah, thou mountain foreigner, Sir John and mastermind, I combat challenge of this Latin bilbo. Word of denial in thy labrus there, word of denial, frothed scum, thou diest.
By these gloves, then 'twas he.
Be advised, sir, and pass good humors. I will say merry trap with you. If you run the nut hook's humor on me, that is the very note of it.
By this hat, then he in the red face had it. For though I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I am not altogether an ass.
What say you, Scarlet and John?
Oh, I say, for my part, I say the gentleman had drunk himself out of his 5 senses. Ah, it is his 5 senses, what the ignorance is. So, and being fap, sir, was, as they say, cashiered, and so conclusions past the carriers.
Ah, you speak in Latin then too. 'Tis no matter. I'll ne'er be drunk when I live again. But an honest, civil, godly company for this trick. If I be drunk, I'll be drunk with those that have the fear of God and not with drunken knaves.
So God urge me, that is a virtuous mind.
You hear all these matters denied, gentlemen, you hear it.
Nay, daughter, carry the wine in. We'll drink within.
Oh, heaven. This is Mistress Anne Page.
The how, Mistress Ford? How now?
Mistress Ford, by my troth, you are very well met. By your leave, good mistress.
Wife, bid these gentlemen welcome. Come, we have a venison party to dinner. Come, gentlemen. I hope we shall drink down all unkindness.
What page, please?
9.
Oh,
I had rather than 40 shillings I had in my book of songs and sonnets here. How now, Simple, where have you been? I must wait on myself, must I? You have not the book of riddles about you, have you?
I'm sorry. I'm totally messed up here.
It's all right, you don't have anything to say at the moment.
All right.
The Book of Riddles, did I not assign Simple?
Apparently not.
Book of Riddles? Why did you not lend it to Alice Shortcake upon All Hallows Last, a fortnight afore Michaelmas?
Come, cuz, we stay for you. A word with you, cuz. Marry this, cuz there is, as for a kind of tender made afar off by Sir Hugh here. Do you understand me?
Sir, you shall find me reasonable. If it be so, I shall do that is reason.
Nay, but understand me.
So I do, sir.
Oh, give ear to his motions, Master Slender. I will description the matter to you, if you be capacity of it.
Nay, I will do as my cousin Shallow says. I pray you pardon me. He's a justice of peace in this country, simple though I stand here.
But that is not the question. The question is concerning your marriage.
Aye, there's the point. There's the point, sir.
Marry it is. The very point to it. To Mistress Anne Page.
Why, if it be so, I will marry her upon any reasonable demands.
But can you affection the woman? Let us command to know that out of your mouth, or of your lips, for divers philosophers hold that the lips is parcel of the mouth. Therefore, precisely, can you carry her good will to the maid?
Cousin Abraham Slender, can you love her?
I hope, sir. I will do as it shall become one that will do reason.
Nay, God's lords and his ladies, you must speak positable, if you can carry her your desires towards her.
That you must. Will you, upon good dowry, marry her?
I will do a greater thing than that upon her request, cousin, in any reason.
Conceive me, sweet cuz. What I do is to pleasure you, cuz. Can you love the maid?
I will marry her, sir, at your request. But if there be no great love in the beginning, yet have the maid decrease upon better acquaintance. When we are married and have more occasion to know one another, I hope upon familiarity will grow more content. But if you say marry her, I will marry her. That I am freely dissolved and dissolutely.
It is very discretion answer, save the fall is in the word dissolutely. The word is according to our meaning resolutely. His meaning is good.
I think my cousin meant well.
Aye, or else I might be hanged.
Here comes fair Mistress Anne. Oh, would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne.
The dinner is on the table. My father desires your worship's company.
I will wait on him, fair Mistress Anne.
Odds blessed will, I will not be absent at the grace.
Will it please your worship to come in, sir?
No, I thank you forsooth. Partly, I am very well.
The dinner attends you, sir.
I am not hungry. I thank you forsooth. Go, sirrah, for all you are my man. Go wait upon my cousin Shallow. A justice of peace sometime may be beholding to his friend for a man. I keep but 3 men and a boy yet till my mother be dead. But what though? Yet I live like a poor gentleman born.
I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit till you come.
The faith, I'll eat nothing. I thank you as much as though I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I had rather walk here. I thank you. I bruised my shin the other day while playing with sword and dagger with the master of fence, pennies for a fish of stewed prunes, and by my troth they cannot abide the smell of hot meat since. Why do your dogs bark so? Be there bears in town?
Oh, I think there are, sir. I heard them talked of.
I love the sport well, but I shall soon quarrel at it, as any man in England. You are afraid if you see the bear loose, are you not?
Aye, indeed, sir.
That's meat and drink to me now. I have seen Sesquison loose 20 times and have taken him by the chain. But I warn you, the women have so cried and shrieked at it that it passed. But women indeed cannot abide them. They are very ill-favored rough things.
Come, gentle Master Slender, come. We stay for you.
I'll eat nothing. I thank you, sir.
By cock and pie, you shall not choose, sir. Come, come.
Nay, pray you lead the way.
Come on, sir.
Mistress Anne, yourself shall go first.
Not I, sir. Pray you keep on.
Truly, I will not go first, truly la. I will not do you that wrong.
I pray you, sir.
I'd rather be unmannerly than troublesome. You do yourself wrong indeed, la.
Exeunt, Scena Secunda, enter Evans and Simple.
Go your ways and ask of Dr. Key's house which is the way, and there dwells one Mistress Quickly, which is in the manner of his nurse, or his dry nurse, or his cook, or his laundry, his washer and his wringer.
Well, sir.
Oh.
Nay, it is better yet. Give her this letter, for it is an woman that altogether's acquaintance with Mistress Anne Page, and the letter is to desire and require her to solicit your master's desires to Mistress Anne Page. I pray you be gone. I will make an end of my dinner. There's pippins and cheese to come.
Exeunt, Scena Tertia, enter Falstaff host, Bartle Nym Pistol Page. Mine host of the Garter.
What says my bully rook? Speak scholarly and wisely.
Truly, mine host, I must turn away some of my followers.
Discard, bully Hercules cashier, let them wag. Trot, trot.
I sit at £10 a week.
Thou art an emperor, Caesar, Keezer, and Feezer. I will entertain Bardolph. He shall draw, he shall tap. Said I well, bully Hector?
Do so, good mine host.
I have spoke, let him follow. Let me see thee froth and lime. I am at a word, follow.
Bardolph, follow him. A tapster is a good trade. An old cloak makes a new jerkin. A withered serving man, a fresh tapster. Go, adieu.
Is a life that I have desired. I will thrive.
Pistol, we're on page 15. Mark?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No?
Yes, I can hear you, and not, I mean, it's a little, but yeah. Wilt thou, can you obey Hungarian, that line? Are you with us?
Human?
Yeah.
It's about almost halfway down page 15, Mark. Bardolph's line, it is a life that I have desired. I will thrive.
I guess, Mark, okay. I can't, can you hear us? I can't hear you now.
Yeah, this computer is not working. The other one won't start up.
But we can see you now.
I may be back later in about 5 minutes.
You want to just try these lines while you're here and just get through it? Obey Hungarian White. It's just like through the middle of the next page.
We're still on 15?
Yep.
15, yeah.
Bardolph says, it is a life that I have desired. I will thrive.
Oh, it's Hungarian White. Well, you just speak it well.
He was gotten in drink. Is not the humor conceited?
I am glad I am so acquit of this tinderbox. His thefts were too open. His filching was like an unskillful singer. He kept not time.
The good humor is to steal at a minute's rest.
Convey, the wise call it. Steal? A FICO for that phrase.
Well, sirs, I am almost out at heels.
Why then let guides ensue?
There is no remedy. I must coney catch. I must shift. Which of you know Ford of this town? Ken the Whitey is of substance good. Well, my honest lads, I will tell you what I am about.
2 yards and more.
No quips now, pistol. Indeed, I am in the waist 2 yards about, but I am now about no waste. I am about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Ford's wife. I spy entertainment in her. She discourses, she carves, she gives the letter of invitation. I can construe the actions of a familiar style, and the hardest voice of her behavior is, to be Englished rightly, is, I am Sir John Falstaff.
He hath studied her will and translated her will out of honesty into English. The anchor is deep. Will that humor pass?
Now, the report goes that she has all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legend of angels.
As many people's entertain and her voice, say I.
Ooh, the humor rises. It is good. Humor me the angels.
I have writ me here a letter to her, and here another to Page's wife, who even now gave me good eyes too, examined my parts with most judicious Iliads. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, sometimes my portly belly.
Did the sun on dunghill shine?
I thank thee for that humor.
Oh, she did so course o'er my exteriors with such a greedy intention that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like a burning glass. Here's another letter to her. She bears the purse too. She is a region in Guyana, all gold and bounty. I will be cheaters to them both, and they shall be exchequers to me. They shall be my East and West Indies. I will trade to them both. Go, bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou this to Mistress Ford. We will thrive, lads. We will thrive.
Shall I, sir, Tendress of Troy come and by my side where skill and
I will run no base humor. Here, take the humor letter. I will keep the behavior of reputation.
Hold, Sarah, bear you these letters tightly, sail like my pinnaces to these golden shores. Rogues! Hence, avaunt, vanish like hailstones, go, trudge, plod away in the hoof, seek shelter, pack. Falstaff will learn the honor of the age, French thrift. You rogues, myself and skirted page.
the vultures grip my guts, for Lord from hold and high, oh, because a rich and poor tester I'll have in pouch when thou shalt lock, base Phrygian Turk.
I have operations which be humors of revenge.
Revenge?
By Welkin and her star.
With wit or steel?
With both. The humors. I will discuss the humor of this love to Ford.
And I, the page, shall eke unfold how Falstaff varlet file. His dove will prove, his gold will hold, and his soft pouch defile.
My humor shall not cool. I will incest Ford to deal with poison. I will possess him with yallowness, for the revolt of mine is dangerous. That is my true humor.
Thou art the Mars of malcontents, I second thee, troop on.
Scene quarto, enter Mistress quickly, simple John Rugby.
What? John Rugby? I prithee, go to the casement and see if you can see my master, Master Dr. Keyes coming. If he do, if faith and find anybody in the house, here will be an old abusing of God's patience and the King's English.
I'll go watch.
Go, and we'll have a posset for it soon at night, in faith, at the latter end of a sea-coal fire. An honest, willing, kind fellow as ever servant shall come in house withal, and I warrant you, no telltale nor no breed bait. His worst fault is that he is given to prayer. He is something peevish that way, but nobody but has his fault. But let that pass. Peter Simple, you say your name is?
Aye, for fault of a better.
And Master Slender's your master?
Aye, forsooth.
Does he not wear a great round beard like a glover's paring knife?
No, forsooth. He hath but a little wee face with a little yellow beard, a cane-colored beard.
A softly sprited man, is he not?
Aye, forsooth. But he is as tall a man of his hands as any is between this and his head. He hath fought with a Warner.
How say you? Oh, I should remember him. Does he not hold up his head, as it were, and strut in his gait?
Yes, indeed does he.
Well, heaven send Anne Page no worse fortune. Tell Master Parson Evans I will do what I can for your master. Anne is a good girl, and I wish she...
Alas, here comes my master.
We shall all be shamed. Run in here, good young man. Go into this closet. He will not stay long. What? John Rugby? John? What, John, I say? Go, John. Go inquire for my master. I doubt he be not well that he comes not home. And a down, and a down, and a down,
Enter
oh,
Dr. Keys.
and a down, and a down, oh, and a down, and a down.
As you say, I do not like destroys. Pray you go and fetch me in my closet. Unboited word. A box, a green box. Do intend what I speak? A green box.
Aye, forsooth, I'll fetch it you. I am glad he went not it himself. If he had found a young man, he would have been horn mad.
Fie, ma foi, elle fera. Je m'envoie le coton l'affaire.
Is it this, sir?
Oui, mets-le in mon pocket, de put quickly. Where is that knave? Rugby.
What? John Rugby? John?
Here, sir.
You are Jean Rugby and you are Jacques Rugby. Come, take your rapier and come after my heel to the court.
'Tis ready, sir. Here on the porch.
By my trot, I tarry too long. Odds me, que I oublie. There is some simples in my closet that I will not, for the world, I shall leave behind.
Ay me, he'll find a young man and then he'll find a young man there and be mad.
Oh, diable, what is in my closet? Villainy! Laroon! Rugby my rapier!
Good master, be content.
Therefore shall I be content.
The young man is an honest man.
What shall the honest man do in my closet? There is no honest man that shall come in my closet.
I beseech you, be not so phlegmatic. Hear the truth of it. He came of an errand to me from Parson Hugh.
Well?
I forsooth
to desire to her.
Peace, I pray you.
Peace, your tongue. Speak your tale.
To desire this honest gentlewoman, your maid, to speak a good word to Mistress Anne Page for my master in the way of marriage.
This is all indeed law. I'll ne'er put my finger in the fire and need not.
Sir, you are send you. Rugby, borrow me some paper. Tarry you a little while.
I am glad he is so quiet. If he had been truly moved, you should have heard him so loud and so melancholy. But notwithstanding, man, I'll do you your master what good I can. And very yea and no is, ye French doctor, my master. I may call him my master, look you, for I keep his house, and I wash, wring, brew, bake, scour, dress meat and drink, make the beds, and do all myself.
'Tis a great charge to come under one body's hand.
Are you avised of that? You shall find it a great charge, and to be up early and down late. But notwithstanding, to tell you in your ear, I would have no words of it. My master himself is in love with Mistress Anne Page. But notwithstanding that, I know Anne's mind. That's neither here nor there.
You jackanapes. Give her this letter to Sir Hugh. By God, it is a challenge. I will cut his throat in that part, and I will teach a scurvy jackanapes to meddle or make. You may be gone. It is not good you tarry here. By gar, I will cut all his 2 stones. By gar, he shall not have a stone to throw at his dog.
Alas, he speaks but for his friend.
It is no matter for that. Do not you tell me that I shall have Anne Page for myself. By gar, I will kill the jack priest, and I have appointed mine host of the Jartir to measure our weapon. By gar, I will myself have Anne Page.
Sir, the maid loves you, and all shall be well. We must give folks leave to prater. What the goodier?
Rugby, come to the court with me. By gar, If I have not, then, page, I shall turn your head out of my door. Follow my heels, Rugby.
You shall have Anne Fool's head of your own. No, I know Anne's mind for that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do, nor can do more than I can do with her, I thank heaven.
Who's within there, ho?
Who's there, I trow? Come near the house, I pray you.
Enter Fenton.
How now, good woman, how dost thou?
The better that it pleases your good worship to ask.
What news? How does pretty Mistress Anne?
In truth, sir, and she is pretty and honest and gentle, and one that is your friend. I can tell you that, by the way. I praise heaven for it.
Shall I do any good, thinkest thou? Shall I not lose my suit?
Trust, sir, all is in his hands above. But notwithstanding, Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on a book that she loves you. Have not your worship a wart above your eye?
Yes, Mary, have I? What of that?
Well, thereby hangs a tale, good faith. It is such another none. But I detest an honest maid as ever broke bread. We had an hour's talk of that wart. I shall never laugh. I shall never laugh but in that maid's company. But indeed, she has given too much to olly-colly and musing. But for you, well, go to.
Well, I shall see her today. Oh, there's money for thee. Let me have thy voice in my behalf. If thou seest her before me, commend me.
Will I? If faith, that we will, and I will tell your worship more of the wart the next time we have confidence, and of other wooers.
Well, farewell. I'm in great haste now.
Farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman, but Anne loves him not, for I know Anne's mind as well as another does. Out upon it, what have I forgot?
Exit. Actus secundus scena prima. Enter Mistress Page reading a letter.
What? Have I escaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty, and am I now a subject for them? Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you, for though love use reason for his precision, he admits him not for his counselor. You are not young. No more am I. Go to, then. There's sympathy. You are merry, so am I. Ha, ha. There's more than sympathy. You love sack, and so do I. Would you desire a better sympathy? Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page, at the least, if the love of a soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say pity me, 'tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I say love me. By me, thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of light, with all his might for thee to fight. John Falstaff! What Herod of Jewry is this? Oh, wicked, wicked world! One that is well nigh worn to pieces with age, to show himself a young gallant. What an unweighed behavior hath this Flemish drunkard picked with the devil's name out of my conversation, that he dares in this manner assay me. He has not thrice been in my company. What should I say to him? I was then frugal in my mirth. Heaven forgive me, why I'll exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. Shall I be revenged on him? Revenged I'll be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
And trust me, I was coming to you.
Oh.
You look very ill.
Nay, I'll ne'er believe that. I have to show to the contrary.
Faith, but you do in my mind.
Well, I do then. Yes, I say I could show you to the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
What's the matter, woman?
Oh, woman, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Hang the trifle, woman, take the honor. What is it? Dispense with trifles. What is it?
Oh, if I would but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What, thou liest, Sir Ellisford. These knights will hack, and so thou shouldst not alter the article of thy gentry.
We burn daylight. Here, read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think the worse of fat men as long as I have an eye to make difference of men's liking. And yet you would not swear. Praised women's modesty and gave such orderly and well-behaved reproof to all uncomeliness that I would have sworn his disposition would have gone to the truth of his words. But they do no more adhere and keep place together than the 100 psalms to the tune of Greensleeves. Oh, what tempest I drove through this whale with so many tons of oil in his belly, ashore at Windsor. How shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope till the wicked fire of lust have melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Oh, letter for letter. But that the name of Page and Ford differs. To thy great comfort in this mystery of ill opinions, here's the twin brother of thy letter. But let thine inherit first, for I protest mine never shall. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters writ with blank space for different names, sure, more. And these are of the second edition. He will print them out of doubt, for he cares not what he puts into the press when he would put us to. I would rather be a giantess and lie under Mount Pelion. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
Why, this is the very same. The very hand, the very words. What does he think of us?
Nay, I know not. It makes me almost ready to wrangle with mine own honesty. I'll entertain myself like one that I am not acquainted withal, for sure, unless he know some strain in me that I know not myself, he would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding, call you it? I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
So will I, if he come under my hatches. I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him. Let's appoint him a meeting, give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with a fine baited delay till he hath pawned his horses to mine host of the Garter.
Nay, I will consent to act any villainy against him that may not sully the chariness of our honesty. Oh, that my husband saw this letter, it would give eternal food to his jealousy.
Why, look, here he comes. And my good man, too. He's as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause, and that, I hope, is an unmeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Let's consult together against this greasy knight. Come hither.
Well, I hope it be not so. Little dog in some affairs, Sir John affects my wife. Why, sir, my wife is not young. He woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old, one with another, for he loves the gallimaufry for her pen. Love my wife? With liver burning hot, prevent, or go thou like Sir Actaeon, he with ringwood thy heels. Oh, odious is the name. What name, sir? The horn, I say. Farewell. Take heed, have open eye, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, Ere summer comes, all cuckoo birds do sing. Away their garden, and believe it, page, he speaks.
Exit pistol.
I will be patient. I will find out this.
And this is true. I like not the humor of lying. He hath wronged me in some humors. I should have borne the humid letter to her, but I have a sword, and it shall bite upon my necessities. He loves your wife. There's the short and long. My name is Corporal Nim. I speak and I avouch. 'Tis true, my name is Nim, and Falstaff loves your wife. Adieu. I love not the humor of bread and cheese. Adieu.
Exit Nim. Page.
What sayest thou, Master Page?
Oh. What page?
Page 31, Master Page. About 2/3 of the way down.
The humor of it. Here's a fellow, writes English out of his wits.
I will seek out Falstaff.
I never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue.
If I do find it, well.
I will not believe such a Tatian, though the priest of the town commended him for a true man.
'Twas a good, sensible fellow. Well.
How now, Meg?
Oh, whither go you, George? Hark you.
How now, sweet Frank? Why art thou melancholy?
My wife. That's Mistress Ford.
That's Ford.
Whither go you, George? Hark you.
Oh, now, sweet Frank.
How now, sweet
I-
Frank? Why art thou melancholy?
I melancholy? I am not melancholy. Get you home. Go.
Faith, thou hast some crotchets in thy head. Now, will you go, Mistress Page?
I'll have with you. You come to dinner, George. Look who comes yonder. She shall be our messenger to this paltry night.
Trust me, I thought on her. She'll fit it.
You are come to see my daughter Anne?
Aye, forsooth. And I pray how does good Mistress Anne?
Oh, go in with us and see. We'll have an hour's talk with you.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
Yes, and you heard what the other told me.
Do you think there is truth in them?
Hang 'em, slaves. I do not think the knight would offer it, but these that accuse him in his intent toward our wives are a yoke of his discarded men, very rogues. Now they'll be out of service.
Were they his men?
Were they?
I like it never the better for that. Does he lie at the garter?
Aye, marry, does he? If he should intend this voyage toward my wife, I would turn her loose to him. And what he gets more of her than sharp words, let it lie on my head.
I do not misdoubt my wife. I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident. I would have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied.
Look where my ranting host of the garter comes. Look where my host of the garter comes. Apologies. There is either liquor in his pate or money in his purse when he looks so merrily. How now, mine host?
Host, you're muted. We're on page 33. How now, Bully Rook? You're muted. We can't hear you. You're muted. Do you?
How now, mine host?
Ah,
Maybe if someone could take his lines.
somebody says how now, bully. Well, he says how now.
You're still muted, Asher.
How now, bully?
I'm not muted.
Gentlemen, Cavaliero, justice, I say.
I follow, mine host. I follow. Good evening and 20 good Master Page. Master Page, will you go with us? We have sport in hand.
Tell him, Cavaliero Justice. Tell him, Bullyrook.
Sir, there is a fray to be fought between Sir Hugh, the Welsh priest, and Keys, the French doctor.
Good mine host of the gutter, a word with you.
What sayest thou, my Bullyrook?
Will you go with us to behold it? My merry host has had the measuring of their weapons, and I think has appointed them contrary places, for believe me, I hear the parson is no jester. Hark, I will tell you what our sport shall be.
Hast thou no suit against my knight, my guest Cavaliero?
Oh, none, I protest, but I'll give you a pottle of burned sack to give me recourse to him, and tell him my name is Broom, only for a jest.
My hands, Bullyrook. Thou shalt have egress and regress, said I well, and thy name shall be Brook. It is a merry night. Will you go, mine ears?
Have you, mine host?
I have heard that the Frenchman hath good skill in his rapier.
I could have told you more. In these times you stand on distance, your passes, staccatos, and I know not what. 'Tis the heart, Master Page, 'tis here, 'tis here. I have seen the time with my long sword, and I would have made you 4 tall fellows skip like rattles.
Here, boys, here. Shall we wag?
And to have with you, I had rather hear them scold than fight.
Though Page be a secure fool and stand so firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot put off my opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there, I know not. Well, I will look further into it, and I have a disguise to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, I lose not my labor. If she be otherwise, 'tis labor well bestowed.
Exeunt. Enter Falstaff and Pistol. I will not lend thee a penny.
Then the world's mine, oyster, which I with sword will open.
Not a penny. I have been content, sir, you should lay my countenance to pawn. I have grated upon my good friends for 3 reprieves for you and your coach fellow Nim, or else you had looked through the grate like a gemini of baboons. I am damned in hell for swearing to gentlemen, my friends, you were good soldiers and tall fellows. And when Mistress Bridget lost the handle of her fan, I took it upon mine honour thou hadst it not.
Thou share, hadst thou not 15 pence?
Reason, you rogue, reason. Think'st thou I'll endanger my soul gratis? At a word, hang no more about me. I am no gibbet for you. Go, a short knife and a thong to your manner of pick-hatch. Go, you'll not bear a letter for me, you rogue. You stand upon your honour. Why, thou unconfinable baseness, it is much as I can do to keep the terms of my honour precise. I myself sometimes, leaving the fear of heaven on the left hand, and hiding mine honour in my necessity, am fain to shuffle, to hedge, and to lurch, and yet, you rogue, will ensconce your rags, your catamountain looks, your red lattice phrases, and your bold beating oaths under the shelter of your honour? You will not do it? You?
I do relent. What would thou more of a man?
Sir, here's a woman would speak with you.
Let her approach.
Give your worship good morrow.
Good morrow, good wife.
Not so, an it please your worship.
Oh, good maid, then.
I'll be sworn. as my mother was the first hour I was born.
I do believe the swearer. What with me?
Shall I vouchsafe your worship a word or two?
2,000, fair woman, and I'll vouchsafe thee the hearing.
There is one Mistress Ford, sir. I pray, come a little nearer this ways. I myself dwell with Master Dr. Key.
Well, on. Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship says very true. I pray your worship, come a little nearer this ways.
I warrant thee nobody hears. Mine own people, mine own people.
Are they so? Heaven bless them and make them his servants.
Well, Mistress Ford, what of her?
Why, sir, she's a good creature. Lord, Lord, your worship's a wanton. Well, heaven forgive you and all of us, I pray.
Mistress Ford, come, Mistress Ford.
Mary, this is the short and the long of it. You have brought her into such a canaries, as it is wonderful. The best courtier of them all, when the court lay at Windsor, could never have brought her to such a canary. Yet there has been knights and lords and gentlemen with their coaches. I warrant you, coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, smelling so sweetly, all musk and so rustling, I warrant you, in silk and gold, and in such elegant terms, and in such wine and sugar of the best and the fairest, that would have won any woman's heart, and I warrant you, they could never get an eye wink of her. I had myself 20 angels given me this morning, but I defy all angels in any such sort as they say, but in the way of honesty. And I warrant you they could never get her so much as a sip on a cup with the proudest of them all. And yet there has been earls, nay, which is more pensioners, but I warrant you all is one with her.
But what says she to me? Be brief, my good she Mercury.
Marry, she hath received your letter, for the which she thanks you 1,000 times, and she gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from his house between 10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Aye, forsooth, and then you may come and see the picture she says that you wot of. Master Ford, her husband, will be from home. Alas, the sweet woman leads an ill life with him. He's a very jealousy man. She leads a very fromful life with him, good heart.
10 and 11. Woman, commend me to her. I will not fail her.
Why, you say well, but I have another messenger to your worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you too. And let me tell you, in your ear, she's as virtuous a civil modest wife, and one I tell you that will not miss you morning or evening prayer as any as is in Windsor, or e'er be the other. And she bade me tell your worship that her husband is seldom from home, but she hopes there will come a time. I never knew a woman so dote upon a man. Surely I think you have charms, la? Yes, in truth.
Oh, not I assure thee. Setting the attraction of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Blessing on your heart for it.
But I pray tell me this, has Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other how they love me?
That were a jest indeed. They have not so little grace, I hope. That were a trick indeed. But Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page, of all lads. Her husband has a marvelous affection to the little page, and truly Master Page is an honest man. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. Do what she will, say what she will, take all, pay all, go to bed when she list, rise when she list, all is as she will, and truly she deserves it. For if there be a kind woman in Windsor, she is one. You must send her your page, no remedy.
Why, I will.
Nay, but do so then, and look you, he may come and go between you both, and in any case have an eye word, that you may know one another's mind. And the boy never need to understand anything, for 'tis not good that children should know any wickedness. Old folks, you know, have discretion, as they say, and know the world.
Fare thee well. Commend me to them both. There's my purse. I am yet thy debtor. Boy, go along with this woman. This news distracts me.
Bond is one of Cupid's carriers. Clap on more sails, pursue up with your sights. If fire, she is my prize, or ocean will never.
Sayest thou so? Old Jack, go thy ways. I'll make more of thy old body than I have done. Will they yet look after thee? Wilt thou, after the expense of so much money, be now a gainer? Good body, I thank thee. Let them say 'tis grossly done, so it be fairly done, no matter.
Sir John, there's one Master Broom below would fain speak with you and be acquainted with you, and has sent your worship a morning's draught of sack.
Broom is his name.
Aye, sir.
Call him in. Such brooms or brooks are welcome to me that overflow such liquor. Aha, Mistress Ford and Mistress Page, have I encompassed you? Go to, Ria!
Bless you, sir.
And you, sir, would you speak with me?
I make bold to press with so little preparation upon you.
You're welcome. What's your will? Give us leave, drawer.
Sir, I am a gentleman that have spent much. My name is Brooke.
Good Master Brooke, I desire more acquaintance of you.
Good Sir John, I sue for yours. Not to charge you, for I must let you understand I think myself in better plight for a lender than you are, the which hath something emboldened me to this unseasoned intrusion, for they say, if money go before, all ways do lie open.
Money is a good soldier, sir, and will on.
Troth, and I have a bag of money here, troubles me. If you will help to bear it, Sir John, take all, or half, for easing me of the carriage.
Sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter.
I will tell you, sir, if you will give me the hearing.
Oh, speak, good Master Brooke. I shall be glad to be your servant.
Sir, I hear you are a scholar. I will be brief with you. And you have been a man long known to me, though I had never so good means as desire to make myself acquainted with you. I shall discover a thing to you, and I must very much lay open mine own imperfection. But, good Sir John, as you have one eye upon my follies, as you hear them unfolded, turn another into the register of your own, that I may pass with the reproof the easier, since you yourself know how easy it is to be such an offender.
Very well, sir. Proceed.
There is a gentlewoman in this town. Her husband's name is Ford.
Oh, well, sir.
I have long loved her, and I protest you bestowed much on her, followed her with a doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her, feed every slight occasion that could but niggardly give me sight of her. Not only bought many presents to give her, but given largely to many to know what she would have given. Briefly, I have pursued her as love hath pursued me, which hath been on the wing of all occasions. But whatsoever I have merited, either in my mind or in my means, meed I am sure I have received none, unless experience be a jewel that I have purchased at an infinite rate, and that hath taught me to say this: love like a shadow flies, when substance love pursues, pursuing that flies, and flying what pursues.
Have you received no promise of satisfaction at her hands?
Never.
Have you importuned her to such a purpose?
Never.
Of what quality was your love, then?
Like a fair house built on another man's ground, so that I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I erected it.
To what purpose have you unfolded this to me?
When I have told you that, I have told you all. Some say that though she appear honest to me, yet in other places she enlargeth her mirth so far that there is shrewd construction made of her. Now, Sir John, here is the heart of my purpose. You are a gentleman of excellent breeding, admirable discourse of great admittance, authentic in your place and person, generally allowed for your many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparations.
Oh, sir.
Now believe it, for you know it. There is money. Spend it. Spend it. Spend more. Spend all I have. Only give me so much of your time in exchange of it as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this sword's wife. Use your art of wooing to win her to consent to you. If any man may, you may as soon as any.
Would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection that I should win what you would enjoy? Methinks you prescribed yourself very preposterously.
Oh, understand my drift. She dwells so securely on the excellency of her honor that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She is too bright to be looked against. Now, could I come to her with any detection in my hand, my desires at instance and argument to commend themselves, I could drive her then from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and 1,000 other her defenses, which now are too strongly embattled against me. What say you to it, Sir John?
Master Brooke, I will first make bold with your money, next give me your hand, and last, as I am a gentleman, you shall, if you will, enjoy Ford's wife.
Oh, good sir.
I say you shall.
Want no money, Sir John, you shall want none.
Oh, want no Mistress Ford, Master Brooke, you shall want none. I shall be with her, I may tell you, by her own appointment, even as you came into me, her assistant or go-between parted from me. I say I shall be with her between 10 and 11, for at that time the jealousy rascal knave, her husband, will be forth. Come you to me at night, and you shall know how I speed.
I am blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know Ford, sir?
Hang him, poor cuckoldy knave, I know him not. Yet I wrong him to call him poor. They say this jealous, wittly knave hath masses of money, for the which his wife seems to me well favoured. I will use her as the key of the cuckoldy rogue's coffer, and there's my harvest home.
I would you knew Ford, sir, that you might avoid him if you saw him.
Hang him, mechanical salt butter rogue! I will stare him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor o'er the cuckold's horns. Ah, Master Brooke, thou shalt know, I will predominate over the peasant, and thou shalt lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night. Ford's a knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Brooke, shalt know him for a knave and cuckold. Come to me soon at night.
What a damned Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him, the hour is fixed, the match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman. My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawn at, and I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Terms, names. A Mammon sounds well. Lucifer well, Barbason well, yet they are devil's additions, the names of fiends. But cuckold, whittle, cuckold, the devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass. He will trust his wife. He will not be jealous. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with my aquavitae bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling gelding than my wife with herself. Then she plots, then she ruminates, then she devises, and what they think in their hearts they may effect. They will break their hearts, but they will effect. Heaven be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock the hour. I will prevent this, detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Fie, cuckold, cuckold, cuckold.
Exit Scena Tertia. Enter Dr. Keyes and Rugby.
Jack Rugby,
Sir,
what is the clock, Jack?
it is past the hour, sir, that Sir Hugh promised to meet.
By gar, he has saved his soul that he is no come. He has prayed his people well that he is no come. By gar, Jack Rugby, he is dead already if he become.
He is wise, sir. He knew your worship would kill him if he came.
By guard, the herring is no dead, so as I will kill him. Take your rapier, Jacques. I will tell you how I will kill him.
Alas, sir, I cannot fence.
Villain! Take your rapier.
Forbear, here's company.
Save you, Monsieur Dr. Keyes.
Now, good Mr. Doctor.
Give you good morrow, sir.
That be all you 1, 2, 3, 4 come for.
Asher, you're muted again.
To see thee fight, to see thee foin, to see thee traverse, to see thee here, to see thee there, to see thee pass thy punto, thy stock, thy reverse, thy distance, thy montant. Is he dead, my Ethiopian? Is he dead, my Francisco? Ah, bully, what says my Esculapius, my Gallon, my heart of elder? Ha, is he dead, bully stale? Is he dead?
By God, he is the coward Jacques Priest of the world. He is no show his face.
Thou art a Castilian king urinal, Hector of Greece, my boy.
I pray you bear witness that me have stay 6 or 7, 2, 3 hours for him, and he is no come.
He is the wiser man, Monsieur Doctor. He is a cure of souls, and you a cure of bodies. If you should fight, you go against the hair of your professions. Is it not true, Master Page?
Master Shallow, you have yourself been a great fighter, though now a man of peace.
Bodykins, Master Page, though I now be old and of the peace, if I see a sword out, my finger itches to make one, though we are justices and doctors and churchmen, Master Page. We have some salt of our youth in us. We are all the sons of women, Master Page.
'Tis true, Master Shallow.
You will be found so, Master Page. Monsieur Dr. Keyes, I am come to fetch you home. I am sworn of the peace you have shown yourself a wise physician, and Sir Hugo hath shown himself a wise and patient churchman. You must go with me, Monsieur Doctor.
Pardon, guest justice. A word, Monsieur Mockwater.
Mockwater? What is that?
Mockwater in our English tongue is valor, bully.
By God, then I have as much mockwater as the Englishman. Scurvy Jack Drug Priest. By God, me will cut his ears.
He will clapper-claw thee tightly, bully.
Clapper the claw, what is that?
That is, he will make thee amends.
By God, me do look he shall clapper the claw of me, for by God, me will have it.
And I will provoke him to it, or let him wag.
Me thank you for that.
And moreover, bully, but first, Master Guest and Master Page, and eke Cavallero Slender, go you through the town to Frogmore.
Sir Hugh is there, is he?
He is there. See what humor he is in, and I will bring the doctor about by the fields. Will it do well?
We will do it.
Do, Master Doctor?
By God, me will kill the priest, for he speak for a jackanape to an page.
Let him die. Sheath thy impatience, throw cold water on thy collar, go about the fields with me through Frogmore. I will bring thee where mistress and page is, at a farmhouse a feasting, and thou shalt woo her. Cried I aim, said I well.
By God, me thank you for that. By God,
Let us
I
wag
love
then.
you, and I shall procure you the good guest, the earl, the knight, the lords, the gentlemen, my patience.
Host, for the which
I'm sorry, I lost my place.
bottom of 52.
What was the last cue line? I'm sorry.
By God, me thank you for that. By God, I love you, and I shall procure you the good guest, the earl, the knight, the lords, the gentlemen, my patience.
For the which I will be thy adversary toward and page. Said I well?
By God, 'tis good. Well said.
Let us wag then.
Come at my heels, Jacques Rugby.
Exeunt. Actus tertius scena prima. Enter Evans and Simple.
I pray you now, good master slender, serving man, and friend Simple by your name, which way have you looked for Master Keys that calls himself Doctor of Physic?
Marry, sir, the Pity Ward, the Park Ward, every way, Old Windsor way, and every way, but the town way.
Oh, I most vehemently desire you will also look that way.
I will, sir.
Oh, bless my soul. Oh, how full of chollers I am, and trembling of mind. I shall be glad if he have deceived me. How melancholy I am. I will nog his urinals about his knaves costard when I have a good opportunities for the irk. Bless my soul. To shallow rivers, to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals, there will we make our beds of roses and 1,000 fragrant posies. To shallow, mercy on me, I have a great dispositions to cry melodious birds sing madrigals, when as I sat in Papillon and 1,000 fragrant posies. To shallow, etc.
Yonder, he is coming. This way, Sir Hugh.
Oh, he's welcome to shallow rivers, to whose falls, heaven prosper the right. What weapons is he?
No weapons, sir. There comes my master, Master Shallow, and another gentleman from Frogmore, over the stile, this way.
Oh, pray you, give me my gown, or else keep it in your arms.
Enter Page Shallow and Slender.
How now, Master Parsons? Good morning, good Sir Hugh. Keep a gamester from the dice and a good student from his book, and it is wonderful. Isn't it?
It is wonderful, just wonderful. Slender. Ah, sweet Aunt Page.
Say you, good Sir Hugh.
Oh, bless you from his mercy's sake, all of you.
What? The sword and the word? Do you study them both, Master Parson?
And youthful still in your doublet and hose. Is this raw rheumatic day?
Oh, there is reasons and cause for it.
We are come to you to do a good office, Master Parson.
Oh, very well. What is it?
Yonder is a most reverend gentleman who, belike having received wrong by some person, is at most odds with his own gravity and patience that ever you saw.
I have lived 80 years and upward, and I never heard a man of his place, gravity, and learning so wide of his own respect.
What is he?
I think you know him, Master Dr. Caius, the renowned French physician.
God's will and his passion of my heart, I would have lief you would tell me of a mess of porridge.
Why?
Well, he has no more knowledge of Hippocrates and Galen, and he's a knave besides, a cowardly knave, as you would desires to be acquainted withal.
I warrant you, he's the man should fight with him.
Oh, sweet damn page.
It appears so by his weapons. Keep them asunder. Here comes Dr. Keys.
Nay, good Master Parson, keep in your weapon.
So do you, good Monsieur Doctor.
Asher, you're muted again.
Disarm them and let them question. Let them keep their limbs whole and hack our English.
I pray you let me speak a word with your ear. Wherefore will you not meet me?
Pray you use your patience in good time.
By God, you are a dead coward. The Jacques Dog, Jean Ape.
Oh, pray you let us not be laughing stocks to other men's humours. I desire you in friendship, and I will one way or the other make you amends. I will knock your urinal about your knave's cogscomb.
Diable, Jean Rugby, mine host de Jatir. Have I not stayed for him to kill him? Have I not at the place I did appoint?
As I am a Christian soul, now look you, this is the place appointed. There'll be judgment by mine, host of the Garter.
Peace, I say, Gallia and Gallia, French and Welsh, soul curer and body curer.
Aye, that is very good, excellent.
Peace, I say, hear mine host of the Garter. Am I politic? Am I subtle? Am I a Machiavel? Shall I lose my doctor? No, he gives me the potions and the motions. Shall I lose my parson, my priest, my Sir Hugh? No, he gives me the proverbs and the no-verbs. Give me thy hand, terrestrial, so. Give me thy hand, celestial, so. Boys of art, I have deceived you both. I have directed you to wrong places. Your hearts are mighty, your skins are whole, and let burnt sack be the issue. Come, lay their swords to pawn. Follow me, lads of peace. Follow, follow, follow.
Trust me, a mad host. Follow, gentlemen, follow.
Oh, sweet Anne Page.
How do I perceive that? Have you made a sort of us?
Oh, this is well, he has made us his flouting stog. I desire that we may be friends, and let us nog our plans together to be revenge on this same scurvy cogging companion, the host of the Garter.
By God, with all my heart. He promised to bring me where is Anne Page. By God, he deceived me too.
Well, I will smite his noodles. Pray you follow.
Exeunt. Scena secunda. Enter Mistress Page, Robin, Page. Well, the others later.
Nay, keep your way, little gallant. You were wont to be a follower, but now you are a leader. Whether had you rather lead mine eyes, or I your master's heels?
I had rather, forsooth, go before you like a man than follow him like a dwarf.
Oh, you are a flattering boy. Now I see you'll be a courtier.
Well met, Mistress Page. Whither go you?
Truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she at home?
Aye, and as idle as she may hang together for want of company. I think if your husbands were dead, you two would marry.
Be sure of that. 2 other husbands.
Where had you this pretty weathercock?
I cannot tell what the dickens his name is. My husband had him of. What do you call your knight's name, Sirrah?
Sir John Falstaff.
Sir John Falstaff?
I can never hit on his name. There is such a league between my good man and he. Is your wife at home, indeed?
Indeed she is.
By your leave, sir, I am sick till I see her.
Has Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? Sure they sleep, he hath no use of them. Why, this boy will carry a letter 20 mile as easy as a cannon will shoot point blank 12 score. He pieces out his wife's inclination. He gives her folly motion and advantage, and now she's going to my wife, and Falstaff's boy with her. A man may hear the showers sing in the wind, and Falstaff's boy with her. Good plots they are laid, and our revolted wives share damnation together. Well, I will take him, then torture my wife, pluck the borrowed veil of modesty from the so seeming mistress Page, divulge Page himself for a secure and wilful act ta'en, and to these violent proceedings all my neighbours shall cry aim. The clock gives me my cue, and my assurance bids me search. There I shall find Falstaff. I shall be rather praised for this than mocked, for it is as positive as the earth is firm that Falstaff is there. I will go.
Enter Shallow Page, Slender, Doctor, and Sir Hugh.
Well met, Master Ford.
Oh, me a good knot. I have good cheer at home, and I pray you all go with me.
I must excuse myself, Master Ford.
And so must I, sir. We have appointed to dine with Mistress Anne, and I would not break with her for more money than I'll speak of.
We have lingered about a match between Anne Page and my cousin Slender, and this day we shall have our answer.
I hope I have your goodwill, Father Page.
You have, Master Slender. I stand wholly for you. But my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether.
I bigger. And the maid is a love of me. My nurse shall quickly tell me so much.
What say you to young Master Fenton? He capers, he dances, he has eyes of youth. He writes verses, he speaks holiday. He smells April and May. He will carry it. He will carry it. 'Tis in his buttons, he will carry it.
Not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman is of no having. He kept company with the wild prince and points. He is of too high a region. He knows too much. No, he shall not knit a knot in his fortunes with the finger of my substance. If he take her, let him take her simply. The wealth I have waits on my consent, and my consent goes not that way.
I beseech you heartily, go, some of you go home with me to dinner. Besides your cheer, you shall have sport. I will show you a monster. Master Doctor, you shall go, so shall you, Master Page, and you, Sir Hugh.
Well, fare you well. We shall have the freer wooing at Master Page's.
Go home, Jean Rugby. I come anon. I come anon.
Post.
I'm sorry. God.
61. Farewell, my hearts.
Farewell, my hearts. I will to my honest knight Falstaff and drink canary with him.
I think I shall drink in pipe wine first with him. I'll make him dance. Will you go, gentles?
With you.
With you.
See this
monster?
Eggsy and Sina Tertia enter Mistress Ford, Mistress Page, and servants.
What, John? What, Robert?
Quickly, quickly. Is the buck basket?
I warrant. What, Robin? I say.
Come.
Here, set it down.
Give your men the charge. We must be brief.
Now, as I told you before, John and Robert, be ready here hard by in the brew house. And when I suddenly call you, come forth, and without any pause or staggering, take this basket on your shoulders. Done, trudge with it in all haste, and carry it among the Windsors in Datchet Mead, and there empty it in the muddy ditch close by the Thames side.
You will do it.
I have told them over and over, they lack no direction. Be gone and come when you are called.
Here comes little Robin.
Oh, now my ice musket, what news with you?
My master, Sir John, has come in at your back door, Mistress Ford, and requests your company.
You little jack-o'-lantern, have you been true to us?
I'll be sworn, my master knows not of your being here, and hath threatened to put me into everlasting liberty if I tell you of it, for he swears he'll turn me away.
Thou'rt a good boy. This secrecy of thine shall be a tailor to thee, and shall make thee a new doublet and hose. I'll go hide thee.
Do so. Go tell thy master I am alone. Mistress Page, remember you your queen.
I warrant thee, if I do not act it, hiss me.
Go to then. We'll use this unwholesome humidity, this gross watery pumpion. We'll teach him to know turtles from jays.
Enter Sir John. Have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel? Why, now let me die, for I have lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, this blessed hour.
Oh, sweet Sir John.
Mistress Ford, I cannot cog, I cannot prate, Mistress Ford. Now shall I sin in my wish. I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak before the best lord. I would make thee my lady.
I? Your lady, Sir John. Oh, alas, I should be a pitiful lady.
Oh, let the court of France show me such another. I see how thine eye would emulate the diamond. Thou hast the right arched beauty of the brow that becomes the ship tire, the tire valiant, or any tire of Venetian admittance.
Oh, a plain kerchief, Sir John. My brows become nothing else, nor that well neither.
Oh, thou art a tyrant to say so. Thou wouldst make an absolute courtier, and the firm fixture of thy foot would give an excellent motion to thy gait in a semicircled farthingale. I see thou wert if fortune thy foe were not nature thy friend. Come, thou canst not hide it.
Oh, beloved, believe me, there's no such thing in me.
Oh, what made me love thee? Let that persuade thee. There's something extraordinary in thee. Come, I cannot cog and say thou art this and that, like a many of these lisping hawthorn buds that come like women in men's apparel and smell like buckler's berry in simple time. I cannot. But I love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it.
Do not betray me, sir. I fear you love Mistress Page.
Thou might as well say I love to walk by the counter gate, which is as hateful to me as the reek of a lime kill.
Well, heaven knows how I love you, and you shall one day find it.
Oh, keep in that mind, I'll deserve it.
Nay, I must tell you, so you do, or else I could not be in that mind.
Mistress Ford, here's Mistress Page at the door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly, and would needs speak with you presently.
Oh, she shall not see me. I will ensconce me behind the arras.
Pray you do so. She's a very tattling woman. What's the matter? How now?
Oh, Mistress Ford, what have you done? You're shamed, you're overthrown, you're undone forever.
What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Oh, well the day, Mistress Ford, having an honest man to your husband, to give him such cause of suspicion.
What cause of suspicion?
What cause of suspicion? Out with you! How am I mistooken you?
Why, alas, what's the matter?
Your husband's coming hither, woman, with all the officers in Windsor, to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house, by your consent, to take an ill advantage of his absence. You are undone.
It is not so, I hope.
Oh, pray heaven it be not so, that you have such a man here. It is most certain your husband is coming, with half of Windsor at his heels, to search for such a one. I come before to tell you, if you know yourself clear, why, I'm glad of it. But if you have a friend here, convey him out. Be not amazed. Call all your senses to you. Defend your reputation, or bid farewell to your good life forever.
What shall I do? Oh, there is a gentleman, my dear friend, and I fear not mine own shame so much as his peril. I had rather than a 1,000 pound he were out of the house.
Oh, for shame! Never stand you had rather your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance in the house. You cannot hide him. Ah, how have you deceived me? Look, here's a basket. If he be of any reasonable stature, he may creep in here and throw foul linen upon him as if it were going to bucking, or it is whitting time, send him by your 2 men to Datchet Mead.
Oh, he's too big to go in there. What shall I do?
Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh, let me see it. I'll in. Follow your friend's counsel. I'll in.
What, Sir John Falstaff? Are these your letters, knight?
I love thee. Help me away. Let me creep in here. I'll never...
Help cover your master, boy. Call your men, Mistress Ford. You dissembling knight.
What, John? Robert? John? Go take up these clothes here quickly. Where's the cowstaff? Look how you grumble. Carry them to the laundress in Datchet Mead quickly. Come.
Pray you come near. If I suspect without cause, why then make sport at me. Then let me be your jester to serve it. How now? Whither bear you this? To the laundress, forsooth?
Why, what have you to do whether they bear it? You are best meddle with buck washing.
Buck? I would I could wash myself of the buck. Buck. Aye, buck. I warrant you, buck. And of the season, too, it shall appear. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you my dream. Here be my keys. Ascend my chambers. Search, seek, find out. I'll warrant we'll unkennel the fox. Let me stop this way first. So now uncape.
Good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen, you shall see none. Follow me, gentlemen.
Oh, this is very fantastical humor and jealousy.
But it is not the fashion of France. It is not jealous in France.
Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search.
Is there not a double excellency in this?
I know not which pleases me better, than my husband is deceived or Sir John.
What a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket?
People have need of washing, so throwing him into the water will do him a benefit.
Hang him, dishonest rascal. I would all of the same strain were in the same distress.
I think my husband had some special suspicion of Falstaff's being here, for I never saw him so gross in his jealousy till now.
I will lay a plot to try that, and we will yet have more tricks with Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scarce obey this medicine.
Shall we send that foolish young carrion Mist quickly to him and excuse his throwing into the water and give him another hope to betray him to another punishment?
We will do it. Let him be sent for tomorrow, 8 o'clock, to have amends.
I cannot find him. Maybe the knave bragged of that he could not compass.
Heard you that?
You use me well, Mistress Ford. Do you?
I do so.
Oh, heaven make you better than your thoughts.
Amen.
You do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford.
I must bear it.
If there be any body in the house, and in the chambers, and in the coffers, and in the presses, heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment.
But, Noretu, there is nobody's.
Fie, Mr. Ford, are you not ashamed? What spirit, what devil suggests this imagination? I would not have your distemper in this kind for the wealth of a Windsor castle.
'Tis my fault, Master Page. I suffer for it.
You suffer for a bad conscience. Your wife is as honest as almonds. I will desires among 5,000 and 500 too.
By God, I see 'tis an honest woman.
Well, I promised you a dinner. Come, both apart. I pray you pardon me. I will hereafter make known to you why I have this. Come, wife. Come, Mistress Page. I pray you pardon me. Pray heartily pardon me.
Let's go in, gentlemen. But trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you to tomorrow morning to my house to breakfast. After we'll birdling together. I have a fine hawk for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything.
If there is one, I shall make two in the company.
If there be one or two, I shall make a third.
Pray you go, Master Page.
I pray you now remembrance tomorrow on the lousy knave, mine host.
That is good, by God, with all my heart.
A lousy knave to have his jibes and his mockeries.
Exeunt Scena Quarta, enter Fenton and Anne.
I see I cannot get thy father's love. Therefore, no more turn me to him, sweet man.
Alas, how then?
Why, thou must be thyself. He doth object I am too great of birth, and that my state of being galled with my expense, I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Besides these other bars he lays before me, my riots past, my wild societies, and tells me 'tis a thing impossible I should love thee, but as a property.
Maybe he tells you true.
No, heaven so speed me in my time to come. Albeit I will confess, thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, and yet wooing thee, I found thee of more value than stamps in gold or silks in bags, and 'tis the very riches of thyself that I aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love. Still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest suite cannot attain it, why then, hearken you hither.
Break their talk, mistress, quickly. My kinsman shall speak for himself.
Like a shaft or a bolt on it, slid, but venturing.
Be not dismayed.
No, she shall not dismay me. I care not for that, but that I am afeard.
Hark ye, Master Splendor would speak a word with you.
I come to him. This is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of vile, ill-favored faults looks handsome in 300 pounds a year.
And how does good Master Fenton? Pray a word with you.
She's coming. To her, cuz. Boy, thou hast a father.
I had a father, Master Anne. My uncle can tell you good jest of him. Pray you, uncle, tell Mistress Anne the jest how my father stole 2 geese out of a pen, good uncle.
Mistress Anne, my cousin loves you.
Aye, that I do. As well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire.
He will maintain you like a gentlewoman.
Aye, that I will. Come cut and long tail, under the degree of a squire.
He will make you 150 pounds jointure.
Good Master Shallow, let him woo for himself.
Mary, I thank you for it. I thank you for that good comfort. She calls you, cuz. I'll leave you.
Now, Master Slender.
Now, good Mistress Anne.
What is your will?
My will? That's heartlings. Pretty just indeed. I never made my will yet. I thank heaven I am not such a sickly creature. I give heaven praise.
I mean, Master Slender, what would you with me?
Truly, for mine own part, I will little or nothing with you. Your father and my uncle hath made motions. If it be my luck, so. If not, happy man be his dole. They can tell you how things go better than I can. You may ask your father. Here he comes.
Now, Master Slender. Love him, daughter Anne. Why, how now? What does Mr. Fenter here? You wrong me, sir, thus still to haunt my house. I told you, sir, my daughter is disposed of.
Fenton?
Sir, will you hear me?
Good Master Fenton, come not to my child.
What? I'm not too much. Oh.
Fenton, if you could go to your line, nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Good Master Fenton, come not to my child.
She is no match for you.
Sir, will you hear me?
No, good Master Fenton. Come, Master Shallow. Come some Slender, in. Knowing my mind, you wrong me.
Speak to Mistress Page.
Good Mistress Page, for that I love your daughter in such a righteous fashion as I do. Perforce against all checks, rebukes, and manners, I must advance the colors of my love and not retire. Let me have your goodwill.
Good mother, do not marry me to yon fool.
I mean it not. I seek you a better husband.
That's my master, Master Doctor.
Alas, I had rather be set quick in the earth and boiled to death with turnips.
Trouble not yourself, good Master Fenton. I will not be your friend, nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you, and as I find her, so am I affected. Till then, farewell, sir. She must needs go in. Her father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress. Farewell, ma'am.
This is my doing now. Nay, said I, will you cast away your child on a fool and a physician? Look on, Master Fenton, this is my doing. Look on, Master Fenton, this is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee once tonight, give my sweet man this ring. There's for thy pains.
Now, heaven send thee good fortune. A kind heart he had. A woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart. But yet, I would my master had Mistress Anne, or I would Master Slender had her. Or, in sooth, I would Master Fenton had her. I will do what I can for them all three. For so I have promised, and I'll be as good as my word. But spaciously for Master Fenton. Well, I must have another errand to Sir John Falstaff for my two mistresses. What a beast I am to sack it.
Enter Falstaff and Bardolph. Bardolph, I say.
Here, sir.
Go, fetch me a quart of sack, put a toast in it. Have I lived to be carried in a basket like a barrow of butcher's offal and to be thrown in the Thames? Well, if I be served another such trick, I'll have my brains ta'en out and buttered and give them to a dog for a New Year's gift. The rogues slighted me into the river with as little remorse as they would have drowned a blind bitch puppy's 15th litter. You may know, by my size that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking, and if the bottom were as deep as hell, I should down. I had been drowned, but that the shore was shelvy and shallow, a death that I abhor. For the water swells a man, and what a thing should I have been when I had been swelled? I would have been a mountain of mummy.
Oh, here's Mistress quickly, sir, to speak with you.
Come, let me pour some sack to the Thames water, for my belly's as cold as if I had swallowed snowballs for pills to cool the rains. Call her in.
Come in, woman.
By your leave, I cry you mercy. Give your worship good morrow.
Take away these chalices. Go, brew me a pottle of sack finely.
With eggs, sir?
Simple, of itself. I'll no pullet sperms in my brewage. How now?
Marry, sir, I come to your worship from Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford! I have had Ford enough. I was thrown into the Ford, and I have my belly full of Ford.
Alas, today, good heart, that was not her fault, for she does so take on with her men. They mistook her their erection.
So did I mine, to build upon a foolish woman's promise.
Well, she laments, sir, for it, that it would yearn your heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning a-birding. She desires you once more to come to her, between 8 and 9. I must carry her word quickly. She'll make you amends, I warrant you.
Well, I will visit her, to tell her so, and bid her think what a man is. Let her consider his frailty, and then judge of my merit.
I will tell her.
I do so. Between 9 and 10, sayest thou?
8 and 9, sir.
Oh, well. Begone. I will not miss her.
Peace be with you, sir.
I marvel I hear not of Master Brooke. He sent me word to stay within. I like his money well. Oh, here he comes.
Bless you, sir.
Now, Master Brooke, you come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife.
That indeed, Sir John, is my business.
Master Brooke, I will not lie to you. I was at her house the hour she appointed me.
And sped you, sir?
Very ill-favoredly, Master Brooke.
How so, sir? Did she change her determination?
Oh, no, Master Brooke, but the Peking Coronado, her husband, Master Brooke, dwelling in a continual larum of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter, after we had embraced, kissed, protest, and, as it were, spoke the prologue to our comedy. And at his heels a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated by his distemper, and forsooth to search his house for his wife's love.
What? While you were there?
While I was there.
And did he search for you and could not find you?
You shall hear. As good luck would have it, comes in one Mistress Page, gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her invention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a buck basket.
A buck basket?
Yes, a buck basket, rammed me in with foul shirts and smocks, socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins. That, Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
And how long lay you there?
Oh, nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke, that what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master, in the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. I quaked in fear lest the lunatic knave would have searched it, but fate, ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on went he for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. But mark the sequel, Master Brooke. I suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected with the jealous rotten bellwether. Next, to be compassed like a good bilbo in the circumstance of a peck, hilt to point, heel to head, and then to be stopped in like a strong distillation with stinking clothes that fretted in their own grease. Think of that, a man of my kidney. Think of that am as subject to heat as butter, a man of continual dissolution and thaw. It was a miracle to escape suffocation, and in the height of this bath, when I was more than half stewed in grease like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames and cooled glowing hot in the surge like a horseshoe. Think of that, hissing hot. Think of that, Master Brooke.
In good sadness, sir, I am sorry that for my sake you have suffered all this. My suit then is desperate. You'll undertake her no more.
Master Brooke, I will be thrown into Etna as I have been into Thames ere I will leave her thus. Her husband is this morning gone a-birding. I have received from her another embassy of meeting. 'Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour, Master Brooke.
'Tis past 8 already, sir.
Oh, is it? I will then address me to my appointment. Come to me at your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed, and the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu! You shall have her, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, you shall cuckold Ford.
Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Do I sleep? Master Ford, awake! Awake, Master Ford! There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford! This 'tis to be married. This 'tis to have linen and baskets. Well, I will proclaim myself what I am. I will now take the letter. He is at my house. He cannot escape me. 'Tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a halfpenny purse, nor into a pepper box. But lest the devil that guides him should aid him, I will search impossible places. Though what I am I cannot avoid, yet to be what I would not shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, let the proverb go with me. I'll be horn mad.
Exit. Actus Quartus Scena Prima. Enter Mistress Page, Quickly, William, and Evans.
Is he at Master Ford's already, thinkest thou?
Sure he is by this, or will be presently. But truly he is very courageous mad about his throwing into the water. Mistress Ford desires you to come suddenly.
I'll be with her by and by. I'll but bring my young man here to school. Look, where his master comes. 'Tis a playing day, I see. How now, Sir Hugh, no school today?
No, Master Sender is let the boys leave to play.
Blessing of his heart.
Sir Hugh, my husband says my son profits nothing in the world at his book. I pray you ask him some questions in his accidents.
Come hither, William. Hold up your head, come.
Come on, sirrah, hold up your head. Answer your master, be not afraid.
William, how many numbers is in noun?
2.
Truly?
Truly? I thought there had been one number more, because they say odds nouns.
Oh, peace your tattlings. What is fair, William?
Polecat.
Polecats? There are fairer things than polecats, sure.
You are a very simplicity of your own human. I pray you, peace. What is lapis, William?
A stone.
And what is a stone, William?
A pebble.
No, it is lapis. I pray you remember in your brain.
Lapis.
Ah, that is good, William. Now, what is he, William, that does lend articles?
Articles are borrowed of the pronoun and be thus declined. Singulariter nominativo hic hac hoc.
Nominativo hig hag hog. Pray you mark. Genitivo huis. Now, well, what is your accusative case?
Accusativo hinc.
Oh, I pray you have your remembrance, child. Accusativo hing hang hog.
Hang hog is Latin for bacon, I warrant you.
Oh, leave your prables, old man. What is the vocative case, William?
Oh, vocativo. Oh.
Remember, William, vocative is carrot.
And that's a good root.
Oh, man, forbear.
Peace.
What is your genitive case, plural, William?
Genitive case?
Aye.
Genitive. Horum. Harum. Whore.
Vengeance of Jenny's case. Fie on her. Never name her child if she be a whore.
Oh, for shame, woman.
You do ill to teach the child such words. He teaches them to hick and to hack, which they'll do fast enough of themselves, and to call whoreum. Fie upon you.
Oh, man, art thou lunatics? Hast thou no understandings for thy cases and the numbers of the genders? Oh, thou art as foolish Christian creatures as I would desire.
Prithee, hold thy peace.
Show me now, William, some declensions of your pronouns.
Oh, sooth, I have forgot.
It is ki, ke, cod. If you forget your quees, your quays, and your quads, you must be preachers. Go your ways and go and play, go.
He is a better scholar than I thought he was.
He's a good splag memory. Farewell, Mistress Page.
Adieu, good Sir Hugh. Get you home, boy. Come, we stay too long.
Exeunt Scena Secunda. Enter Falstaff and Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital to a hair's breadth, not only, Mistress Ford, in the simple office of love, but in all the accoutrement, compliment, and ceremony. But are you sure of your husband now?
He's a birding, sweet Sir John.
What ho, Gossip Ford, what ho?
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
How now, sweetheart? Who's at home besides yourself?
None but mine own people.
Indeed?
No, certainly. Speak louder.
Truly, I am so glad you have nobody here.
Why?
Why, woman, your husband is in his old lines again. He is so taken on yonder with my husband, so rails against all married mankind, so curses all Eve's daughters of what complexion soever, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seemed but tameness, civility, and patience in this his distemper he is in now. I am glad the fat knight is not here.
Why, does he talk of him?
Oh, of none but him, and swears he was carried out the last time he searched for him in a buck-basket. Protests to my husband he is now here, and hath drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport to make another experiment of his suspicion. But I am glad the knight is not here now. Now your husband shall see his own foolery.
How near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by at street end. He will be here anon.
Oh, I'm undone. The knight is here.
Why, then you are utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. What a woman are you? Away with him, away with him. Better shame than murder.
Which way should he go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him into the basket again?
No, I'll come no more in the basket. May I not go out ere he come?
Oh, alas, 3 of Master Ford's brothers watch the door with pistols, that none shall issue out. Otherwise you might slip away ere he came. But what make you here?
What shall I do? I'll creep up into the chimney.
There they always use to discharge their birding pieces. Creep into the kill hole.
Where is it?
He will seek there on my word. Neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, vault, but he hath an abstract for the remembrance of such places, and goes to them by his note. Ah, there is no hiding you in the house.
Well, I'll go out then.
If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John. Unless you were to go out disguised.
How might we disguise him?
Alas, the day I know not. There's no woman's gown big enough for him. Otherwise, he might put on a hat, a muffler, and a kerchief, and so escape.
Good hearts, devise something, any extremity, rather than a mischief.
My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brainford, has a gown above.
On my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he is. And there's her thrummed hat, and her muffler, too. Run up, Sir John.
Go, sweet Sir John. Mistress Page and I will look some linen for your head.
Quick! We'll come dress you straight. Put on the gown the while.
I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brainford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her my house, and hath threatened to beat her.
Heaven guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel afterward.
But is my husband coming?
Aye, in good sadness is he, and talks of the basket too, howsoever he hath intelligence.
We'll try that, for I'll appoint my men to carry the basket again, to meet him at the door with it, as they did last time.
Oh, nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him like the witch of Brainford.
I'll first direct my men what they shall do with the basket. Go up, I'll bring linen for him straight.
Oh, hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. We'll leave a proof by that which we will do. Wives may be merry, and yet honest too. We do not act that often jest and laugh. 'Tis old but true. Still swine eat all the draught.
Go, sir. Take the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at door. If he bid you set it down, obey him. Quickly, dispatch.
Come, take it up.
Pray heaven I be not full of night again.
I hope not. I leaf as bear so much lead.
Aye, but if it prove true, Master Page, have you any way then to unfool me again? Set down the basket, villain. Somebody call my wife. Youth in a basket. Oh, you Pansley rascals, there's a knot, a gin, a pack, a conspiracy against me. Now shall the devil be shamed. What wife, I say? Come forth. Behold what honest clothes you send forth to bleaching.
Why, this passes, Master Ford. You are not to go loose any longer. You must be pinioned.
Why, this is lunatics. This is mad, as is a mad dog.
Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well indeed.
So say I too, sir. Come hither, Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature that hath the jealous fool to her husband. I suspect without cause, mistress, do I?
Heaven be my witness you do, if you suspect me in any dishonesty.
Well said, raisin face. Hold it out. Come forth, Sarah.
This passes.
Are you not ashamed? Let the cloths alone.
I shall find you anon.
It's unreasonable. Will you take up your wife's clothes? Come away.
Empty the basket, I say.
Why, man? Why?
Master Page, as I am a man, there was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may not he be there again? In my house, I am sure he is. My intelligence is true. My jealousy is reasonable. Pluck me out all the linen.
If you find a man there, he shall die a flea's death.
Here's no man.
By my fidelity, this is not well, Master Ford. This wrongs you.
Master Ford, you must pray and not follow the imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousy.
Well, he's not here I seek for.
No, nor nowhere else but in your brain.
House. This one time, if I find none, I seek no color for my extremity. Let me forever be your table sport. Consider me as jealous as Ford, that searched a hollow walnut for his wife's leman. Satisfy me once more, search with me.
What ho, Mistress Page, come you and the old woman down. My husband will come into the chamber.
Old woman? What old woman?
Why, it is my maid's aunt of Brainford.
A witch, a queen, an old cousin queen. Have I not forbid her my house? She comes of errands, does she? We are simple men. We do not know what's brought to pass under the profession of fortune-telling. She works by charms, by spells, by the figure, and such daubry as this is beyond our element. We know nothing. Come down, you witch, you hag, you come down, I say.
Nay, good sweet husband, good gentleman, let him strike the old woman.
Come, Mother Pratt, come, give me your hand.
I'll pratter out of my door, you witch, you rag, you baggage, you polecat, you runyon, out. I'll conjure you, I'll fortune tell you.
Are you not ashamed? I think you have killed the poor woman.
Nay, you will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you.
Hang her, witch.
Yea and no. I think the woman is a witch indeed. I like not when a woman has a great poor beard. I spy a great beard under his muffler.
Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you follow. See but the issue of my jealousy. If I cry out thus upon no trail, never trust me when I open again.
Page, you're muted.
Let us obey his humor a little further. Come, gentlemen.
Trust me, he beat him most pitifully.
Nay, by the mass that he did not, he beat him most unpitifully, methought.
I'll have the cudgel hallowed and hung o'er the altar. It hath done meritorious service.
What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge?
The spirit of wantonness is sure scared out of him. If the devil have him not in fee simple with fine and recovery, he will never, I think, in the way of waste tempt us again.
Shall we tell our husbands how we have served him?
Yes, by all means, if it be but to scrape the figures out of your husband's brains. If they can find it in their hearts the poor unvirtuous fat knight shall be any further afflicted, we too will still be the ministers.
I'll warrant they'll have him publicly shamed, and methinks there would be no period to the jest should he not be publicly shamed.
Come to the forge with it, then shape it. I would not have things cool.
Exeunt. Scene of Tertia. Enter host and Bardolph.
Sir, the German desires to have 3 of your horses. The Duke himself will be tomorrow at court, and they're going to meet him.
What Duke should that he be come so secretly? I hear not of him in the court. Let me speak with the gentlemen. They speak English?
Aye, sir. I'll call him to you.
They shall have my horses, but I'll make them pay. I'll sauce them. They have had my house a week at command. I have turned away my other guests. They must come off. I'll sauce them. Come.
Exeunt. Scena Quarta. Enter Page, Ford, Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Evan.
'Tis one of the best directions of a woman as ever I did look upon.
And did he send you both these letters at an instant?
Within a quarter of an hour.
Ford.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Someone had called me. Can you tell me what page we're on?
97.
97. Okay. Pardon me, wife. Henceforth, do what thou wilt. I rather will suspect the sun with gold than thee with wantonness. Now doth thy honor stand in him that was of late an heretic, as firm as faith.
'Tis well, no more. Be not as extreme in submission as in offense. But let our plot go forward. Let our wives, yet once again, to make us public sport, appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow where we may take him and disgrace him for it.
There is no better way than that they spoke of.
How? To send him word they'll meet him in the park at midnight? Fie, he'll never come.
You say he has been thrown in the rivers and has been grievously beaten as an old woman. Oh, methinks there should be terrors in him that he should not come. Methinks his flesh is punished. He shall have no desires.
So think I too.
Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us two devise to bring him thither.
There is an old tale goes that Herne the Hunter, sometime a keeper here in Windsor Forest, does all the winter time at still midnight walk round about an oak with a great ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle and makes milk can yield blood and shakes a chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You've heard of such a spirit, and well you know the superstitious idle-headed eld received and did deliver to our age this tale of Herne the Hunter for a truth.
Why yet there want not many that do fear in deep of night to walk in this Herne's oak. But what of this?
Marry, this is our devise, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us.
Well, let us not be doubted, but he'll come, and in this shape, when you have brought him thither, what shall be done with him? What is your plot?
But likewise have we thought upon, and thus Nan Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth, we'll dress like urchins, oofs, and fairies, green and white, with rounds of waxen tapers on their heads, and rattles in their hands. Upon a sudden, as Falstaff, she, and I are newly met, let them from forth a saw pit, rush at once with some diffused song. Upon their sight, we two, in great amazedness, will fly. Then let them all encircle him about, and fairy-like to pinch the unclean knight, and ask him why that hour of fairy revel in their so sacred paths he dares to tread in shape profane.
Until he told the truth, let the supposed fairies pinch him sound and burn him with their tapers.
The truth being known, we'll all present ourselves, dishorn his spirit, and mock him home to Windsor.
The children
must be practiced well to this, or they'll never do it.
I will teach the children their behaviors, and I will be like a jackanapes also, to burn the night with my tabor.
That will be excellent. I'll go buy them vizards.
My Nan shall be queen of all the fairies, finely attired in a robe of white.
Ah, that silk will I go buy. And in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away and marry her at Eton. Go, send Falstaff straight.
Nay, I'll to him again in name of Rome. He'll tell me all his purpose, sure he'll come.
Fear not you that. Go get us properties and tricking for our fairies.
Let us about it. It is admirable pleasures and very honest knaveries.
Go, Mistress Ford, send quickly to Sir John to know his mind. I'll to the doctor, he hath my good will, and none but he to marry with Nan Page. That Slender, though well landed, is an idiot. And he, my husband, best of all effects. The doctor is well moneyed, and his friends, potent at court, none but he shall have her, though 20,000 worthier come to crave her.
Exeunt sine quinta, enter host and simple.
What wouldst thou have, boor? What thick-skin? Speaks, breathe, discuss, brief, short, quick, snap.
Sorry, sir, I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff from Master Slender.
There's his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed is painted about. 'Tis painted about with the story of the prodigal, fresh and new. Go knock and call. He'll speak like an Anthropophagian unto thee. Knock, I say.
There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone up into his chamber. I'll be so bold as to say, sir, till she come down. I come to speak with her indeed.
Ha, a fat woman? The knight may be robbed. I'll call. Bully knight! Bully Sir John, speak from thy lungs military. Art thou there? It is thine host, thine Ephesian calls.
How now, mine host?
Here's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully. Let her descend. My chambers are honorable. Fie, privacy, fie.
There was, mine host, an old fat woman even now with me, but she's gone.
Oh, pray you, sir, was it not the wise woman of Brainford?
Ay, Mary, was it, Muscleshell? What would you with her?
My master, sir, my master Slender, sent to her, seeing her go through the streets, to know, sir, whether one Nym, sir, that beguiled him of a chain, had the chain or no.
I spake with the old woman about it.
And what says she, I pray, sir?
Marry, she says, that the very same man that beguiled Master Slender of his chain cozened him of it.
Could have spoken with the woman herself. I had other things to have spoken with her too, from him.
Well, what are they? Let us know.
Aye, come quick.
I may not conceal them, sir.
Why, sir, they were nothing but about Mistress Anne Page, to know if it were my master's fortune to have her or no.
'Tis his fortune.
What, sir?
To have her or no. Go, say the woman told me so.
May I be bold to say so, sir?
Aye, sir, like who more bold?
I thank your worship. I shall make my master glad with these tidings.
Thou art clerkly, Sir John. Was there a wise woman with thee?
Aye, that there was, mine host. One that hath taught me more wit than ever. I learned before in my life, and I paid nothing for it neither, but was paid for my learning.
Outlast, sir. Cousinage, mere cousinage.
Where be my horses? Speak well of them, Varletto.
Ran away with the cousins, for so soon as I came beyond Eton, they threw me off from behind. One of them a slough of mire, and set spurs, and away like 3 German devils, 3 Dr. Faustuses.
They are gone but to meet the Duke, villain. Do not say they be fled. Germans are honest men.
Where is mine host?
What is the matter, sir?
Well, have a care of your entertainments. There is a friend of mine come to town, tells me there is 3 cousin Germans that has cousined all the hosts of Reading, of Maidenhead, of Colebrook, of horses and money. I tell you for goodwill, look you are wise and full of jibes and flouting stocks, and 'tis not convenient you should be cozened. Fare you well.
Caius? Caius?
Where is mine host, Jacques?
Here, Master Doctor, in perplexity and doubtful dilemma.
I cannot tell what that is, but it is telling me that you make grand preparation for a Duke de Germany. By my thought, there is no Duke that the court is no to come. I tell you for goodwill, adieu.
Hue and cry, villain, go! Assist me, knight. I am undone. Fly, run, hue and cry, villain, I am undone.
I would all the world might be cozened, for I have been cozened and beaten too. If it should come to the ear of the court how I have been transformed, and how my transformation hath been washed and cudgelled, they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop, and liquor fishermen's boots with me. I warrant they would whip me with their fine wits, till I were as crestfallen as a dried pear. I never prospered since I forswore myself at Primero. Well, if my wind were but long enough, I would repent. Now, whence come you?
From the 2 parties, forsooth.
Oh, well, the devil take one party and his damn the other, and so they shall be both bestowed. I have suffered more for their sakes, more than the villainous inconstancy of man's disposition is able to bear.
And have not they suffered? Yes, I warrant, spaciously one of them. Mistress Four Good Heart is beaten black and blue, that you cannot see a white spot about her.
What tellest thou me of black and blue? I was beaten myself into all the colours of the rainbow, and I was like to be apprehended for the witch of Brainford, but that my admirable dexterity of wit, my counterfeiting the action of an old woman, delivered me. The knave constable had set me in the common stocks, for a witch.
Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and I warrant to your content. Here is a letter will say somewhat. Good heart, what ado here is to bring you together. Sure, one of you's done, one of you does not serve heaven well that you are so crossed.
Come up into my chamber. Exeunt. Enter Fenton and host. Scene 6.
Master Fenton, talk not to me. My mind is heavy. I will give over all.
Yet hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose, and as I am a gentleman, I'll give thee 100 pounds in gold, more than your loss.
I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will, at the least, keep your counsel.
From time to time, I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to Fair and Page, who mutually hath answered my affection, so far forth as herself might be her chooser, even to my wish. I have a letter from her of such contents as you will wonder at, the mirth whereof so larded with my matter that neither singly can be manifested without the show of both. That Falstaff hath a great scene. The image of the jest I'll show you here at large. Hark, good mine host. Tonight at Hearn's Oak, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the Fairy Queen. The purpose why is here, in which disguise, while other jests are something rank on foot, her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender, and with him at Eton immediately to marry. She hath consented. Now, sir, her mother ever sprung against that match and firm for Dr. Caius, hath appointed that he shall likewise shuffle her away, while other sports are tasking of their minds, and at the journey where a priest attends, straight marry her. To this her mother's plot she, seemingly obedient, likewise hath made promise to the doctor. Now, thus it rests. Her father means she shall be all in white, and in when Caesar sees his time to take her by the hand and bid her go, she shall go with him. Her mother hath intended the better to devote her to the doctor, for they must all be masked and visited, that quaint in green she shall be loose enrobed with ribbons pendant flaring about her head, and the doctor spies his vantage right to pinch her by the hand, and on that token the maid hath given consent to go with him.
Which means she to deceive, father or mother?
Both, my good host, to go along with me. And here it rests that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church 12 and 1, and in the lawful name of marrying, to give our hearts united ceremony.
Well, husband your device, I'll to the vicar. Bring you the maid, you shall not lack a priest.
So shall I evermore be bound to thee. Besides, I'll make present recompense.
Exeunt actus quintus scena prima. Enter Falstaff and Quickly. Prithee, no more prattling. Go. I'll hold. This is the third time. I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Away, they say, there is a divinity in odd numbers, either in nativity, chance, or death. Away. Quickly, somebody take Quickly.
I'll provide you a chain, and I'll do what I can to get you a pair of horns.
Away, I say, time wears. Hold up your head and mince. Ah, enter Ford. How now, Master Brooke? Master Brooke, the matter will be known tonight or never. Be you in the park about midnight at Hearn's Oak, and you shall see wonders.
Went you not to her yesterday, sir, as you told me you had appointed?
I went to her, Master Brooke, as you see, like a poor old man, but I came from her, Master Brooke, like a poor old woman. That same knave, Ford, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him, Master Brooke, that ever governed frenzy. I will tell you, he beat me grievously in the shape of a woman. For in the shape of a man, Master Brooke, I fear no Goliath with a weaver's beam, because I know also life is a shuttle. I am in haste. Go along with me. I'll tell you all, Master Brooke. Since I plucked geese, played truant, and whipped top, I knew not what 'twas to be beaten till lately. Follow me. I'll tell you strange things of this knave Ford. I'll tell you strange things of this knave Ford, on whom tonight I will be revenged, and I will deliver his wife into your hand. Follow. Strange things in hand, Master Brooke. Follow. Exeunt. Enter Page, shallow and slender.
Come. We'll coucheth in the castle ditch till we see the light of our fairies. Remember, son, slender my.
Aye, forsooth. I've spoke with her, and we have nay word how to know one another. I come to her in white and cry, Mum. She cries, Budget, and by that we know one another.
Oh, that's good too, but what needs neither your mum or her budget? The white will decipher her well enough.
It'll stroke 10 o'clock.
The night is dark. Lightened spirits will become it well. Heaven prosper our sport. No man means evil but the devil, and we shall know him by his horns. Let's away. Follow me.
Enter Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Dr. Keyes.
Master Doctor, my daughter is in green. When you see your time, take her by the hand, away with her to the deanery, and dispatch it quickly. Go before into the park, we two must go together.
I know what I have to do. Adieu.
Fare you well, sir. My husband will not rejoice so much at the abuse of Falstaff as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter. But 'tis no matter. Better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak.
Where is Nan now, and her troop of fairies, and the Welsh devil Herne?
They are all couched in a pit hard by Herne's Oak, with obscured lights, which at the very instant of Falstaff's and our meeting, they will at once display to the night.
That cannot choose but amaze him.
If he be not amazed, he will be mocked. If he be amazed, he will every way be mocked.
Will betray him finally.
Against such ludsters and their lechery, those that betray them do no treachery.
The hour draws on. To the oak, to the oak.
Exeunt. Scena quarta. Enter Evans and fairies. You're muted.
Trip, trip, fairies, come and remember your parts. Be bold, I pray you. Follow me into the pit, and when I give the watchwords, do as I bid you. Come, 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 trip, trip, trip.
Exeunt. Scena quinta. Enter Falstaff. The Windsor bell hath struck 12. The minute draws on. Now the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember, Jove, thou wast a bull for Europa. Love set on thy horns, O powerful love that in some respect makes a beast a man, in other a man a beast. You were also, Jupiter, a swan for the love of Leda. Oh, omnipotent love, how near the god drew to the complexion of a goose, a fault done first in the form of a beast, oh Jove, a beastly fault, and then another fault in the semblance of a fowl. Think on it, Jove, a foul fault. When gods have hot backs, what shall poor men do? For me, I am here a Windsor stag, and the fattest, I think, in the forest. Send me a cool rut time, Jove, or who can blame me to piss my towel? Who comes here? My doe?
Sir John, art thou there, my dear? My male dear?
My doe with the black scut. Let the sky rain potatoes. Let it thunder to the tune of green sleeves, hail kissing comfits, and snow errand goes. Let there come a tempest of provocation. I will shelter me here.
Mistress Pages, come with me, sweetheart.
Oh, divide me like a bribed buck, each a haunch. I will keep my sides to myself, my shoulders for the fellow of the walk, and my horns I bequeath your husbands. Am I a woodman? Ha! Speak I like Herne the hunter? Why, now is Cupid a child of conscience. He makes restitution, as I am a true spirit. Welcome.
Alas, what noise? Heaven forgive our sins.
What should this be?
Away!
Away! Away!
I think the devil will not have me damned, lest the oil that's in me should set hell on fire. He would never else cross me thus. They're fairies.
Fairies black, grey, green, and white, you moonshine revellers and shades of night, you orphan heiress of fixed destiny, attend your office and your quality. Crier hobgoblin, make the fairy oys.
Pistol.
List your names. Silence your airy toys. Cricket. To the Windsor chimes! Shalt thou leave where fires thou findest unlight and hearts unswept? There pinch the maids as blue as bilberry. Our radiant queen hates sluts and slaughtering.
They are fairies. He that speaks to them shall die. I'll wink and couch. No man there works must I.
Where's Bede? Go you, and where you find them, a maid, that ere she sleep has thrice her prayers said, rise up the organs of her fantasy. Sleep she as sound as careless infancy, but those asleep and think not on their sins, pinch them, arms, legs, backs, shoulders, sides, and shins.
About, search Windsor castle elves within and out, strew good luck oofs on every sacred room, that it may stand till the perpetual doom. In state as wholesome as in state 'tis fit, worthy the owner, and the owner it. The several chairs of order look you scour with juicy of balm, and every precious flower, each fair installment, coat, and several crest, with loyal blazon evermore be blessed. And nightly meadow fairies, look you sing, like to the garter's compass in a ring. The expressure that it bears, green let it be, more fertile, fresh than all the field to see. And honi soit qui mal y pense right, in emerald tufts, flowers, purple, blue, and white, like sapphire, pearl, and rich embroidery, buckled below fair knighthood's bending knee. Fairies use flowers for their charactery. Away, disperse, but till 'tis 1 o'clock, our dance of custom round about the oak of Herne the Hunter let us not forget.
Pray you, lock hand in hand your serves in order set, and 20 glowworms shall our lanthorns be, to guide our measure round about the tree. But stay, I smell a man of Middle-earth.
Oh, heavens defend me from that Welsh fairy, lest he transform me to a piece of cheese.
Thou wast ordered even in thy birth.
With trial fire touch me his finger end, if he be chaste, the flame will back descend, and turn him to no pain. But if he start, it is the flesh of a corrupted heart.
Come, will this wood take fire?
Oh!
Corrupt, and tainted in desire, about him fairies sing a scornful rhyme, and as you trip still pinch him to your time.
Fie on sinful fantasy, fie on lust and luxury. Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire. Fair in heart, whose flames aspire, as thoughts to blow them higher and higher. Pinch him, fairies, mutually, pinch him for his villainy. Pinch him and burn him and turn him about, till candles and starlight and moonshine be out.
Nay, do not fly. I think we have watched you now. Will none but Herne the Hunter serve your turn?
I pray you come, hold up the jest no higher. Now, good Sir John, how like you Windsor wives? See you these, husbands, do not these fair yokes become the forest better than the town?
Now, Sir, who's a cuckold now? Master Broom, Falstaff's a knave, a cowardly knave. Here are his horns, Master Brooke. And Master Brooke, he hath enjoyed nothing, of course, but his buck basket, his cudgel, and 20 pounds of money, which must be paid to Master Brooke. His horses are arrested for it, Master Brooke.
Sir John, we have had ill luck. We could never meet. I will never take you for my love again, but I will always count you my dear.
I do perceive that I am made an ass.
Aye, and an ox too, both the proofs are extant.
And these are not fairies. I was 3 or 4 times in the thought that they were not fairies, and yet the guiltiness of my mind, the sudden surprise of my powers drove the grossness of the foppery into a received belief, in despite of the teeth of all rhyme and reason, that they were fairies. See now how wit may be made a jackalent when 'tis upon ill employment.
To John Falstaff, serve God and leave your desires, and fairies will not pinch you.
Well said, Fairy Hugh.
And leave you your jealousies too, I pray you.
I will never mistrust my wife again, till thou art able to woo her in good English.
Have I laid my brain in the sun and dried it, that it wants matter to prevent so gross o'erreaching as this? Am I ridden with a Welsh goat too? Shall I have a coxcomb of frieze? Ah, 'tis time I were choked with a piece of toasted cheese.
'Tis not good to give butter. Your belly is all butter.
Geese and putter! Have I lived to stand at the taunt of one that makes fritters of English? This is enough to be the decay of lust and late walking through the realm.
My Sir John, do you think, though, we would have thrust virtue out of our hearts by the head and shoulders, and have given ourselves without scruple to hell, and ever the devil could have made you our delight?
A hog bring a bag of flax?
A puffed man?
Old, cold, withered, and of intolerable entrails.
And one that is as slanderous as Satan.
And as poor as Job.
And as wicked as his wife?
And given to fornications, and to taverns, and sack, and wine, and metheglins, and to drinkings, and swearings, and starings, fribbles, and prabbles.
Well, I am your theme. You have the start of me. I am dejected. I am not able to answer the Welsh flannel. Ignorance itself is a plummet o'er me. Use me as you will.
Marry, so will bring you to Windsor to the Master Brooke, that you have cousins of money to whom you should have been a pander. Over and above that you have suffered, I think, to repay that money will be a biting affliction.
Yet be cheerful, knight. Thou shalt eat a posset tonight at my house, where I will desire thee to laugh at my wife, that she now laughs at thee. Tell her, Master Slender, hath married her daughter.
Doctors doubt that. If Anne Page be my daughter, she is by this Dr. Key's wife.
Whoa, ho, ho, Father Page.
Son, how now? How now, son? Have you dispatched?
Dispatched? I'll make the best in Gloucestershire know on it. Would I were hanged, what else?
Of what, son?
He's marry Mr. Sam Page, and she's a great liberally boy. If it had not been in the church, I would have swinged him, or he should have swinged me. If I did not think it had been Anne Page, would I might never stir, and 'tis a postmaster's boy.
Upon my life, then, you took the wrong.
What need you tell me that? I think so when I took a boy for a girl. If I had been married to him, for all he was in woman's apparel, I would not have had him.
Why, this is your own folly. Did I not tell you? You should know my daughter by her garments.
I went to her in green and cried mum, and she cried budget, as Anne and I had appointed, and yet it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy.
Oh, good George, be not angry. I knew of your purpose. Turned my daughter into white, and indeed she is now with the doctor at the deanery, and they're married.
Miss Mistress Page, by God, I am tossed. I have married un garçon, a boy. own person. By gar, oh boy, it is not Anne Page. By gar, I am cousin.
Why? Did you take her in white?
Begar, it is a boy. Begar, I'll raise all Windsor.
This is strange. Who hath got the right Anne?
My heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton. How now, Master Fenton?
Pardon, good father, good my mother, pardon.
Now, mistress, how chance you went not with Master Slender?
Why went you not with Master Doctor, maid?
You do amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully, where there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, are now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. The offense is wholly that she hath committed, and this deceit loses the name of craft, of disobedience, or unduteous titles, since therein she doth initiate and shun 1,000 irreligious cursed powers which forced marriage would have brought upon her.
Stand not amazed, here is no remedy. In love the heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands and wives are sold by fate.
I am glad, though you ta'en a special stand to strike at me, that your arrow hath glanced.
Well, what remedy, Fenton? Heaven give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
Oh, when night dogs run, all sorts of deers are chased.
Well, I will muse no further, Master Fenton. Heaven give you many, many merry days. Good husband, let us every one go home and laugh this sport o'er by a country fire, Sir John and all.
Let it be so. Sir John, to Master Brooke, you yet shall hold your word, for he tonight shall lie with Mistress Ford.
Yeah, so can I keep the money? Exeunt. End of play. Keep the money is Falstaff subtext through all of his parts. I've found, and this is a lot of fun. Great job, everyone. Now we had some technical difficulties, some challenges, but thank you. Sure. I really, there's so much fun stuff in this play, including, like, yes, you have a gay marriage. You know, that Caius, I'm married to a garçon, a boy. I mean, so that's good. And also, I mean, now that I'm a postal carrier, I love all of the postal references.
Yeah.
These letters that he
Change not the article of your gentry.
Yeah.
What?
As mistress, one of the mistresses says to the other, change not the article of your gentry.
I believe she was simply talking about clothing and, external things.
No, she was talking about, one of them was saying that she could become a knight.
Yes, right. Yes, their rank, not to get above their rank, and that you also, I mean, for Americans. I mean, this was one of the things that took me a while to sort of grasp in Shakespeare, is the idea of all of the sort of class differences, and that Sir John, by being Sir, he's able to be in with the upper people, but all of his followers are like servants, like Bardolph and Nym and Pistol.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's interesting. I mean, that we think about. I mean, in Shakespeare's plays, there's very little actually about guns, although you do have a character named Pistol, and you have references, especially in this play, to about their, oh no, they've got guns out there and they've got their fowling pieces, which you don't. But when they're going to have their duel, it's going to be with swords, because I think from that Shakespeare realized that was fun. So that was. Thank you. Does anybody else have anything they want to say about
why not let our audience speak?
Yes, I will. I can just
One thing that I wanted to mention in terms of how this fits within the larger context of the history plays is at the end of Henry IV, Part 2, Henry V says, "I'm going to give you a pension, I'm going to send you away, and don't come back again." This, the village of Windsor was very small at the time, and yes, pensioners did end up there. So this would have been a very logical destination for Falstaff after the end of Henry IV, Part 2.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, because there's a lot of stuff that does feel like he's sort of writing, I mean, something similar to sort of Ben Jonson in a kind of a contemporary comedy, but it is set back in the time of Henry IV because it's got Falstaff. And the great story is that, yes, that Elizabeth...
I don't think so. I'm not sure about that.
What?
I asked a director about that once, one of my college professors. I asked him if this takes place in between the two parts of Henry IV or what. He said it's on a different universe.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, because he's already 80 years. Yeah. Shallow's already 80 years old in this.
And Paul, I meant to ask you, who is the actor who played Falstaff so often in Canada many years ago? It was one of the Douglases. Douglas Rain or Douglas Seal. Do you remember?
Douglas Rain, I don't know. I mean, really, I mean, my parents used to go to Stratford regularly and saw a lot of great Shakespeare. Yeah. I got up there one time.
Yes, I remember reading many years ago, he said this is not the same Falstaff, or he must be old and senile, because the Falstaff of the Henry IV plays would have never allowed himself to be fooled that way. He was just too bright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, but it is, I mean, there is also this story that we don't really get to like 1702, but this idea that it's like that Elizabeth wanted a story of Falstaff love, and that was actually after Part 1 had come out, before Part 2 had come out. So in that way, it is that, and it is, and then you sort of have, it's like, yes, well, this is a royal request thing. And of course, there's the great joke. I mean, the present house of ruling class in England is known as the House of Windsor, even though it's basically a German family. And so there was like one time when after they'd taken the name, the Saxe-Coburgs had taken the name of Windsor, that I think it was someone, I don't know, the Kaiser or somebody was like, "Oh yes, I just saw one of my favorite plays, The Merry Wives of Saxe-Coburg." Anyways, so that's yeah, so it's a fun thing. But what I do, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a difference, and it's definitely, I mean, it's in a different kind of a universe in a way. You only have sort of the little bit where Fenton refers a little bit to Hal and all of that, and that the relationship between Falstaff and Shallow is totally different from
right. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he sort of did this as like, okay, this is a royal request. We'll do what they want. We'll make it a comedy. He's like, you know, actually, I think the Falstaff Shallow thing could be developed further. And then he did Part 2, which
she said the Queen wanted, she loved him. And she said, write me a play where he falls in love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she wanted. And so then, yeah, because it didn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me either. When he says he's 80 and they have this whole history from before. So where does this play fit in? Yeah.
Well, I think of it almost the same way I think
Falstaff had a history with Mistress Quickly as well.
And with Shallow, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the relationships are a little skewed. It makes me think of Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, because you have iconic people, but they're out of context.
Yeah, there's a...
And he even throws in another Welshman, you know.
Yeah.
He had what, 14 days to write it? So
right. Yeah.
So the story goes. So to hell with any logical stuff in it. Just pull in all the characters that everybody's enjoyed and shove them all together and see what comes out.
Give the Queen what she wants.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. A lot of the times he didn't, but this time he did.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I always have the challenge remembering which comedy is which because the titles don't necessarily tie into what's happening. And I think the irony here is it's called The Merry Wives of Windsor. And yes, the two wives have a wonderful time. But it really is a story about this village and all the separate relationships and these fascinating, diverse characters, so that any scene you walk into is going to have its own appropriate place, and it's going to be very fulfilling and enjoyable. And I love how it flows with all the different, the duel and the romance and all that. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's fun the way it all ties together. And of course, that also Mary also had just didn't happy, but it also kind of had much more sort of like sluttish connotations as it that there, and that's also that's what they're playing at, and that's what and he gets played at it, but really he's not so much that he's in love with either of them as that he wants their money. I mean, I think that's something that is consistent about Falstaff with this and with the others.
Well, you got to get your priorities right.
Yeah. First feed the fish, then talk.
Get the cat.
Pick the ones who would hide them in a basket of laundry and dump clothes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's quite a character.
But would he actually set himself up for all these beatings if he hadn't been following his dick?
Well, yeah, I mean, it does kind of have it justified, but it's really
it's the money. He wants the money.
Well,
he wants the money. He's not. I mean, but still, again, doing whatever you can to get money is also going to lead you into lots of.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Shallow too. Why is he egg Slenderon to get married to Anne Page so much? Because he lusts for her also, but for money. She's got a doubt, providing she has a dowry.
Yeah, there is a lot of class. I mean, the thing about the money
and the lust.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Falstaff just wants to be flattered. So anybody who starts complimenting him about anything, he will want to be around him and hear more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so he's perfectly happy to play along. I sometimes think it's like, how can he not know that it's Ford, or could he know that it's Ford and be playing him as Brooke, like by the second meeting after he's, I don't know, but it seems not. But
I think he thinks they're all hicks. He came from London and feels he's much more of a world traveler, and they're very enclosed, very isolated there in this village.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true, and I think it is. Yes.
Okay, pretty good, guys. See you.
Thank you so much, Angus. Great.
My pleasure.
Well,
my pleasure. Nice to see everybody again.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.